Never paint again with Rhino Shield. Listen to what a couple of happy customers have to say.
My family's business is over 10,000 square feet, and it did not have the curb appeal I wanted. Our building was really faded. You came out, you gave me all of these options that would fit my building. I don't want to have to paint my building again. 25 years is a long time to not have to worry about the outside maintenance of your building as far as paint. That's a no-brainer. That's why Rhino Shield worked for me.
What a wonderful job they did. It's beautiful. They were very thoughtful, kind, considerate guys. Appreciate all the work that these two young men did.
Call Rhino Shield, 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hi, everybody. This is Sean Rimmerman, your host of We're Having a Senior Moment. Do you have a warm heart and a caring soul? Are you really devoted to being able to help others? Give us a call at Comfort Care 314-965-9600. Let us help you turn your dreams into reality as you help our friends, our families, and our clients live their best lives possible. Remember, 314-965-9600.
You can ask your smart speaker to play 97.1 FM Talk for information with perspective. Although you don't have to say all the tagline stuff. Just say, play 97.1 FM Talk. Powered by Dell Technologies. Call 877-ASK-DELL. The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Forensic IT, the tech experts that find the root cause of your technical problems. ForensicIT.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what you're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Happy Friday. Welcome to the Annie Fry Show. Very glad you joined us here at 97.1 FM Talk. Reminder, if you want to stream us when you go back to the office or home, if you're out and about running around right now, you can do so at radio.com. There's a seventh accuser for Governor Cuomo in New York, and he is announced to be speaking here anytime now. It's supposed to be a COVID briefing, but he's also supposed to be making an announcement. So I am going to be interested to see what he has to say. Katie, have you been able to listen to some of the accusations from this latest accuser?
I have not. You're the person that broke the news to me that a seventh person came out. I was coming in studio and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Breaking news. Yes. And a lot of different New York Democrats are calling on Cuomo to now resign. So we're going to listen in to what he has to say. And he's probably going to speak about COVID a bit first. And so we'll kind of keep our ear on that. But this woman says, and the reason why some of the stuff that has come out with this latest allegation, I was just curious from a young woman's perspective, which I still absolutely am a young woman. So I could, of course, offer that as well. But just the idea that she's a reporter, she's a journalist, and she said that many times Governor Cuomo had put his hands on her shoulders, on the small of her back, on her waist, on her many times. It was there's a normalcy to it, or a frequency, I should say, not normalcy. And it made her so uncomfortable that he was throwing a party for the press, Christmas party at the governor's mansion. And she said she felt as though she did not want to go because she knew she'd be put into another uncomfortable situation. And in the midst of this, she had to ask herself, if I don't go to this party, if I stay away, am I going to face not a repercussion, but is there consequence for choosing not to participate in things professionally for the journalist? Because as you know, networking and connections and so many different ways of moving up the chain, getting more exposure, building your network comes from social events, and showing up is important. And when you put a woman in a position to have to choose between, do I show up and risk what will likely make me uncomfortable, or do I say, no, I'm not going to put myself in that position and stay home and suffer the, I would say, likely consequences, if it's something that happens on a regular basis, of not moving your career in the next step. And like, let's not confuse moving your career with subjecting yourself to this kind of behavior, because that's absolutely never acceptable. But young women, I think she's 25. Her name's Jessica Bakeman. Young women do have to make these decisions from time to time. They know they know certain situations. I mean, it doesn't even have to be professionally. It could be when you go out with a group of friends, there's this one squirrely guy who maybe just doesn't quite get it or doesn't take no for an answer on advances, but it doesn't have to be inappropriate, but maybe just a little too aggressive. So if you choose to, just in a social setting, take it out of the professional context. If you choose to not participate in a social event because this person's going to be there, then you're going to not have those experiences with the rest of your friends because you are restricting yourself from participating in something because something has made you uncomfortable. Katie, does this sound relatable to you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. And to make a choice like this, I mean, social events, conversations, it's all about networking. It's all about seeing your coworkers and having a great time with them, but also people that are higher up than you that you might want to impress or you don't often have an opportunity to speak to, but this is the time. This party, this setting, this is the time to kind of put yourself out there and say, I am capable, I am worthy, I'm a good worker. Maybe I'll have a conversation with a higher up and we can get to know one another. And possibilities in my professional career could happen in the future because of these networking times. This sounds too familiar, though, for a lot of women to have to make a decision to say, am I able and am I willing to sacrifice something like that and stay home in order to not put myself in an uncomfortable situation?
It's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
It is. And if you're already there, if you're already at that point, that is really telling. If you've made it through to this point, then that is the time you have to say, I might have to take this a step further and either tell the person that they're making me uncomfortable or tell someone in HR, because that's far. You're very far into your feelings of being like, I can't be around this person anymore.
Well, we're going to talk more about this throughout the course of the show. He is giving a phone briefing right now. It has started already. Katie's going to cue it up from the beginning. Do you have it queued up from where he starts? All right, let's listen in because he's addressing the press here via phone, which is a little bit different than the normal setup that he normally delivers. This is Governor Cuomo.
And then there are opinions. And I've always separated the two. When I do briefings, I put out the facts and then I offer my opinions. But they are two different concepts. Politicians who don't know a single fact, but yet form a conclusion and an opinion, are, in my opinion, reckless and dangerous. The people of New York should not have confidence in a politician who takes a position without knowing any facts or substance. That, my friends, is politics at its worst. Politicians take positions for all sorts of reasons, including political expediency and bowing to pressure. But people know the difference between playing politics, bowing to cancel culture, and the truth. People know the difference between playing politics bowing to cancel culture and the truth. Let the review proceed. I'm not going to resign. I was not elected by the politicians. I was elected by the people. Part of this is that I am not part of the political club. And you know what? I'm proud of it. This is all that I'm going to say on this topic at this time. I made a promise to the people of the state. I have a job to do. I've been doing it for 11 years. This is probably the most critical time in the state's history. Everything that I have learned in the federal government, as Attorney General, as Governor, I am bringing to the table at this moment. We have a budget due in 2 weeks for a state that is in fiscal crisis. It will be the most difficult budget we have done. We have to perform 15 million vaccinations, and we have to be ready on May 1 for eligibility for the entire state. Never been done before. And then we have to rebuild our state from the bottom up because we have serious issues all across the state, especially in New York City. That is my job. That's why I was elected. That's what I am supposed to do. And that is exactly what I'm going to focus on. For the people of the state, look, they have known me for 40 years. They elected me Attorney General. They elected me Governor 3 times. I have been in the public eye my entire life. My entire life, I have been under public scrutiny since I was 23 years old and ran my father's campaign. New Yorkers know me. Wait for the facts. Wait for the facts. Then you can have an opinion. I am confident that when New Yorkers know the facts from the review, I am confident in the decision based on the facts. But wait for the facts. An opinion without facts is irresponsible. I'm going to focus on my job because we have real challenges. And people who say avoid distractions, I'm going to avoid distractions. And I'm going to focus on my job. I have to get a budget done. I have to get vaccinations done. I have to rebuild the state. And I'm going to cooperate and wait for the reviews so we actually have the facts, and then we can have an intelligent conversation. Questions, operator?
Yes, sir. As a reminder, to ask a question, you will need to press *1 on your telephone. To withdraw a question, press the pound key. Your first question is from Andrew Schiff of WNBC TV. Your line is open.
Governor, good afternoon. I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, you say that an opinion without facts is irresponsible. Some of the lawmakers who called for your resignation today include Congressman Jerry Nadler, Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, Congresswoman Grace Meng. Are you saying that those elected officials are irresponsible? And my second question is, you have said repeatedly that you never touched anyone inappropriately. Is there a misunderstanding where there, in your mind, was consensual touching taking place in one or more allegations?
Yeah, let's do 2 things. Look, I respect any elected official's right to take a position on anything. But as I said, my way is know the facts before you have an opinion. Oh, this is a serious allegation. Well, then you should take it seriously, right? And to take it seriously means you need the facts before you come to a conclusion. How do you come to a conclusion before you know the facts? Well, this person alleged this. I was Attorney General, Andrew. A lot of people allege a lot of things for a lot of reasons. You never heard me, as Attorney General, go out and talk about an allegation until we were confident that there was a basis and we had reviewed the facts. Any politician can take any position on any given day. That's their right. Do I think it is responsible to take a position on a serious allegation before you know any facts? No, I don't think it's responsible. On your point, on your second point, look, it's very simple. I never harassed anyone. I never abused anyone. I never assaulted anyone. Now, and I never would, right? Now, is it possible that I have taken a picture with a person who, after the fact, says they were uncomfortable with the pose in the picture? Yes. And that's what you're hearing about. Now, I have taken thousands of pictures. I never meant to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I never meant to make anyone feel awkward. There are times when I go to take a picture with a person and I can feel that they're standoffish or something, and I respect that. I never took a picture with a person who said, I'm uncomfortable, and then did it anyway. But yes, I apologized for people who I have taken pictures with and who, after the fact, said they were uncomfortable with that picture. Next question, operator.
Yes, sir. Your next question is from Morgan McKay of Spectrum News. Your line is open.
Hello, Governor.
Your line is open.
Yes, I can,
Hello.
Morgan.
Thank you. So, Governor, at this point, many Democratic lawmakers, those in your party, have lost faith in your ability to lead. At what point would you step down? If an impeachment investigation were to begin, would you resign? Also, what is your current opinion on the launch of the impeachment investigation by the Assembly Judiciary Committee? And then third question for you, why did your administration edit a health report regarding nursing home statistics after it had been submitted by health officials? Why did your administration feel like it knew more than these health officials? Thank you.
Okay. First, Morgan, my point is, let's get the review, and then let's get the facts, and then New Yorkers can make a decision once they have facts. You don't have facts now. You have allegations. Well, why don't I debate it in the press? No, that's not the way things are done. So I think the Assembly and the Attorney General, that's the right way to do it. Do a review, get the facts, tell the facts to the people of the state, and then we take it from there. On the review, I'll ask Beth to respond, but you should know it is commonplace where an agency works on a report with the chamber. That is the common operating procedure. It's not that an agency just does a report and puts it out and then we read about it in the press. Because there are a lot of, in the chamber, you have a variety of expertise. So that happens, that is the normal operating protocol. But let me ask Beth about the health department.
Yes, Morgan, we can send you our prior comments on this matter. The report was done in collaboration with the Department of Health, and so we can refer you back to those comments.
So you've been listening to Governor Andrew Cuomo, and he is saying that he will not be resigning. We should wait for the facts, folks. I mean, yes, we should. We always should have. And he's saying that while he understands why other politicians feel the need to publicly take an opinion or a position on his specific issue, he was not elected by politicians. He was elected by voters, and he will stay there. So he is not backing down after a seventh accuser steps forward. And you got to hear it straight from him. He seems very invested in due process now, doesn't he? Wow, if they all had been that way all along, I bet Brett Kavanaugh's wife would have been happy to hear that. Don't you think? Let's take a quick break. We'll get a little bit of reaction on this when we come back. We're going to speak with Kristi Monschein at 1:25 today. She is a great friend of the show, sponsor the Annie Fry Show, and she is one of the best real estate agents in the area. Katie's, are we allowed to talk about your news?
Yes, we can.
Because I know that we don't want to jinx anything. Katie's got a little news. We're going to talk about that just for a second when we come back, and we'll get into it a little bit more with Kristi Monschein at 1:25. You can check them out online at themonscheinteam.com. More reaction with Governor Cuomo on Governor Cuomo when we come back.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show. Talk lines are open now at 314-241-9797 or 866-455-9797.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Source.
Edwards Carpet for all your flooring needs, serving St. Louis for 81 years with 4 convenient locations: De Pere, Ellisville, Creve Coeur, St. Charles, or visit us online at edwardscarpet.com.
So the worst part of vacation is when it's over, right? Except that moment when you finally get back to your house, whether it's from the airport or you pull in the driveway and you walk in the door, it's very sweet, isn't it? I'm finally home. That feeling is the feeling you get when you walk into Andrea's Steakhouse. I know that sounds strange, but it really does feel like home when you walk in. Some nights they've got a guitar player there in the lobby kind of welcoming you, whether you sit in the bar or you're going to sit down in the restaurant and have some steaks. Their steaks are one of a kind. There are no better in St. Louis. They're offering a special right now: Lobster Andrea, sauteed chunks of Maine lobster with baby portobello mushrooms and a sherry cream sauce on top of angel hair pasta. They've always got specials, and they're always fantastic. It's a small menu because everything they serve is that good. So maybe you want to head out tonight, enjoy a nice meal this weekend. Make it happen. Andrea's Steakhouse in Fairview Heights, O'Fallon on the Metro East Side, and you can get their sauce at Schnucks, Deerbergs, and Andreas.com.
The Range St. Louis West has been voted the best shooting range in Missouri by Missouri magazines, and there's a good reason for it. Mark Cox here. The Range is the premier firearms and self-defense training facility in St. Louis. They have training classes for all skill levels, including new owner classes to teach you how to handle, shoot, and clean your new purchase. If you enjoy shooting, check out my friends at The Range, 14803 Manchester Road out in Baldwin, or visit them online today, therangestl.com.
Join the millions switching to Spectrum Mobile, and you could save up to 40%. Nationwide 5G is included with every plan, and there are no added taxes or fees, plus no contracts. And for a limited time, get up to $300 off a new Samsung 5G phone with trade-in when you switch to Spectrum Mobile. Visit a Spectrum store near you or go to spectrummobile.com today. Savings based on comparison of single-line comparable unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 1/27/2021. Data usage limits vary by carrier. Spectrum internet required. Services not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm here in St. Louis. I've been warning our clients that IRS employees are back at work since mid-July, and their collection efforts have ramped up. Well, sure enough, it looks like it's happening. So if you have unfiled tax returns, wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, now's the time to call the Lance Drury Law Firm before the IRS calls you. Tax resolution plans are based off your current income. So if your current income is less than normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is precisely the time for the Lance Drury Law Firm to help you. Your consultation is free, so don't put it off. The Lance Drury Law Firm focuses solely on tax resolution law. It's all we do. And if you have IRS problems, you have legal problems. Let us use our tax law resolution experience to guide you and work on your custom resolution plan. Call now. It's free and confidential. Call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120 or go to Lance, DRURY law.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
This year, staying home has taken on a whole new meaning. But a new color and a fresh coat of paint changes everything. You can trust CertaPro painters to handle every detail. Listening, prepping, and painting worry-free. Get a free estimate from CertaPro painters today. Times may have changed, but CertaPro painters' local service and expertise remains the same. To get your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Spring is finally here, and you deserve an upgrade. There's no better way to upgrade than with a new Hyundai filled with all the latest technology, including the digital smartphone key. Save big on all our Hyundai models and get the upgrade you deserve only at the Hyundai Spring Upgrade event.
Sign and drive today and enjoy 0 down payment, 0 first payment, and 0 security deposit on the Tucson, Kona, or Sonata. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st, 2021. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
More people are landing on 97.1 FM Talk every day. It's St. Louis's radio destination for information with perspective. 97.1 FM Talk, the place for ideas.
Two of us riding nowhere, spending someone's hard-earned pay. You and me Sunday driving, not arriving on our way back home. On our way home, on our way home, we're going home.
The governor could soon be facing investigations from the attorney general, as well as from local law enforcement. And now, as of today, an impeachment investigation in the state assembly, as many Democrats in the New York Assembly and the New York Senate say they've already heard enough to call for the governor's resignation. So, like I said, this story is developing by the second. Some of these latest developments, quite dramatic.
Rachel Maddow reacting to the accusations towards Governor Cuomo that have been mounting by the second. Another accuser coming out today. That totals 7. And let us not forget that this is all on top of an original scandal and controversy that took place regarding his handling of COVID-positive patients being readmitted or admitted for the first time into nursing homes, causing the deaths of thousands of New Yorkers. And you know, I've heard people suggest, and I see this as a distinct possibility, that some of the reason why maybe some of the Democrats have been eager to come out, because we have the likes of AOC and what Chuck Schumer, among others, who have stepped up and said, yeah, he needs to consider here resigning. He's just now come out and said he is not resigning. But the policy that Cuomo enacted was the same policy that other governors in other blue states enacted. And if Cuomo goes down for this, what's the implication for other governors across the country? Is this going to rub off on the rest of those governors? Is it wrong in New York, but not going to get called out in other places? Michigan's Governor Whitmer is under some pressure right now for some similar concerns. But of course, the accusers continue to mount up. And it's possible if they can shine the spotlight over on this controversy, not the other, maybe the political fallout won't be as terrible as it possibly could be. In the meantime, accusers are coming out every day. Now, Ryan, you heard Governor Cuomo there say that we should wait for facts. He would never put out an allegation until there were facts that backed it up. If a Republican were saying this, I'm pretty sure that this would be victim shaming. And Governor Cuomo's out there and he's getting to say this, but he's losing a lot of his Democrat support.
It's amazing, the double standard. I mean, we expect it at this point, so it's not surprising. But within the same speech, I mean, one of the things he said in that speech is, I'm not part of the political club. Wait a second now. You're not part of the political club in your third term. Your dad is Mario Cuomo, the former governor of the same state that you're in. And then in that speech later, he says, I've been in politics my entire life. I've been under a lot of scrutiny, but I'm not in the political club. Like, it's amazing, the hypocrisy from, Democrats in general. But
I don't think we get
Andrew Cuomo today.
I don't think we get through a show without talking about new hypocrisy. It's not just that the hypocrisy exists. It's today in hypocrisy. It could be a whole segment. Katie, when you hear the way he's talking about, he's saying it's possible. One of the things he said is it's possible that after I've taken thousands of pictures, which I remember Donald Trump saying, like if somebody comes out and turns out to be a jackwagon after the fact and they're like, oh, and he took a picture with Donald Trump. Well, he's at these events and people are pushing people through and everybody gets a picture with the president of the United States. Not everybody, that's an exaggeration, but President Trump, I remember him saying, I take pictures with tons of people. Is it a little bit different when you're taking pictures with somebody like at an event and they've paid money at a fundraiser and it includes a picture with the president, versus at a Christmas party that's at the governor mansion that is inviting the press to come, and a woman who's less than half his age, I mean, he's older than 50, right? Less than half his age, talks about how she was frequently touched uncomfortably, I would say inappropriately, but there is a little bit of gray area there. Intention, I think, does matter. But when he looks at her and says, am I making you uncomfortable? I thought we were going steady. That's something that she wrote in the article that she posted. And then he comes out and he says, well, we need to wait for the facts. We need to wait for before we start talking about these allegations, we need to find out what's real. How's that make you feel as somebody who might have been in a situation like that before in your life? Does it make you more comfortable for the 8th accuser to come out or less?
This is insane to think about, because Trump was talking about people that he didn't work with, that he didn't know, that loved the president, or before he was the president, when he was just the celebrity and superstar Donald Trump that he took pictures with. We're talking about Andrew Cuomo's aides. We're talking about Andrew Cuomo, people in his inner circle that worked closely with Andrew Cuomo, saying
with repetitive stories.
Correct. Multiple aides have come forward that say, I work with Andrew Cuomo almost on a regular, if not daily basis, and this is how he made me feel. There is a stark difference between those two things. Not to mention how badly people made women feel that were saying, let's get all of the facts before we listen to before we just believe these women a woman coming forward about Brett Kavanaugh. Women that said, let's just hold off and wait for a minute because it doesn't seem like all of the facts are adding up, were demonized and scrutinized, that believed we should do that with Brett Kavanaugh. And Andrew Cuomo was one of them saying that. Mm-hmm. So now for him to come out and say, like, okay, wait. Facts are everything. We shouldn't believe opinion. It's all about the facts. Come on, man. Come on, dude.
I'd prefer it. I would have preferred it during the Kavanaugh hearing. That's for sure. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to play for you yesterday's conversation we had with Senator Roy Blunt. A really interesting conversation about his retirement, his replacement. Well, not really replacement. You get to choose his replacement, but what he thinks about it, and whether or not Senator Blunt thinks that 2022 is going to be a good year for Republicans or not. We'll have that for you in just a minute. Don't go away.
Back home, run away home.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get ready for spring with a maintenance agreement from Air Comfort Service. Visit their Facebook page each week in March to enter to win a free HVAC maintenance plan for a year. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Jules on Hampton in St. Louis Hills is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches on site. Jules on Hampton is a premier jeweler with an exquisite selection of diamonds, semi-precious stone jewelry, and vintage watches. Their expert design team can restyle your jewelry to today's contemporary style. They also do jewelry and watch repair. Need extra cash? Jules on Hampton is paying some of the highest prices on gold, silver, diamonds, semi-precious colored stones, and fine watches. Bring in your collectibles and clocks, sports memorabilia, and figurines too. Jules on Hampton, 4506 Hampton, just 3 blocks south of Chippewa. Call them at 314-752-5000. Jules on Hampton.
Some things in life are super important, like planning out your estate, working with elder law concerns, and planning for long-term care. Down the road, you do it now because you don't want to have to do it later. And when you do that, you need experts. You can't afford to miss something. You've got a big blind spot because we're not the experts at that. Beck and Lennox Estate Planning and Elder Law are the experts, and they are waiting for your phone call right now, a free consultation for you if you reach out to them by calling 636-946-7899. Most people know that going into a nursing home to live is super expensive. You've probably encountered this maybe in your own family or with a loved one who's had to do this. It is a very emotional time, but the money can make it very, very
more emotional. So reach out to Rudy Beck, Jay Lennox, and Carolyn Diker. Get the plan put in place so you can have the confidence that all of those pieces will be put together and you'll end up with peace of mind. They have successfully submitted over 2,200 applications as well for VA pension benefits that can help pay for long-term care. So this applies to your situation as well. Make sure you reach out to Beck and Lennox Estate Planning and Elder Law, 636-946-7899, beckelderlaw.com.
Hello, Marvin Mitchell here from Compass Retirement Solutions. Did you know that the average 3-year CD rate in the area was less than 1%? That's why we are excited to offer you several accounts that are short-term and pay better than bank rates. For example, we currently have a 3-year account paying 2.4% and a 5-year account paying 3.5% per year guaranteed. What a great place for your lazy money. You know, the money you don't plan to use for the next 3 to 5 years. Now, terms and conditions do apply. So for more information, call 314-373-1598. Again, call 314-373-1598. This is Marvin Mitchell, and we would like to put your lazy money to work for you. Call 314-373-1598.
Guarantees are backed by the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Rates can change without notice. Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure is just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, headaches? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates. Call 618-206-5935. 618-206-5935. That's 618-206-5935.
Censorship happens elsewhere. This is where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk. You can stream the station at radio.com anytime or get the free radio.com app for your phone.
Senator Roy Blunt joins us now, who has just announced his retirement. Senator Blunt, thank you for your service in the Senate and to Missouri, and just wanted to give you an opportunity to give us a little explanation as to why you made the decision now. What is it about Washington, D.C. that made you say, okay, I've had enough?
Well, I've been here a while, and I'm sure many Missourians think I've been here plenty long enough, but I think it's going to be a good year, frankly, for Republicans in our state. I think it would have been a good year if I would have run again. I think it'll be a good year for a Republican to follow me in this job, and frankly, that's part of it. If you've been in the Congress and in the leadership in the Congress as long as I have, that's something you should think about. And I'll have been here 26 years by the time I finish this term, and we've got almost two full years left here to finish as strong, in my view. And I've decided I'm 71. I didn't want to spend my 70s in the Congress. I don't necessarily want to spend my 70s not working either, but I'm looking forward to whatever comes next with no immediate interest in figuring out what that is. I'm going to be as focused as I can be the next 2 years to do the things that we've worked on to have conservative principles in the government, to make priorities of things like healthcare research and mental health equity, and defending the country first is the number one priority of the federal government, but also what we can do to be sure that people have more information earlier about the kind of jobs that are out there, and are thinking earlier in their, maybe even in junior high, what kind of jobs are there? What would I like to do? What would I find fulfilling? I think too many people now get caught in that gap where it takes them about 10 years, they never get back to figure out what it is they really want to do, because nobody's really talked to them about what's really out there to do. So I think it's going to be an exciting 2 years. And I think the Democrats are really overplaying their hand. There is no mandate here. The Senate's as close as it could possibly be. The House has the smallest Democratic majority since 1870. If Democrats want to act like they've got a mandate to govern, I think they'll find out on Election Day in 2 years that they didn't have a mandate to govern and really didn't understand that the American people wanted us to think carefully about moving into these big areas of change like Democrats have in this huge bill that they just passed, or the election bill that they have just sent over from the House to try to take responsibility for elections away from the state and local government and turn it all over to the federal government. I just think they're not reading the message that the American people tried to send to them and to the country on Election Day this time. So I suspect they'll send it again next time.
Senator Blunt joining us right now on the Annie Frey Show. Very glad to have you here. You talk about government being about as divided as it can possibly be, yet every inch that it tilts in the Democrats' favor right now. The House of Representatives, the Senate, the office of the executive as well of President Biden. They can get a lot done right now with the minimal power that they have. And, with that division existing, we hear President Biden saying he wants unity. I don't see a lot of effort to get that unity. But in 2 years' time, in 2022, if the Republicans don't have unity, that Democratic majority will expand. Do you think that the Republican Party has a unifying message now, or is it something that needs to grow between now and 2022?
It needs to grow, but the Democrats will help us grow that message. Our greatest asset is always them. They overreach just like they did in the Obama administration. 2009 seemed a lot better for Democrats than 2021 does today, but by 2010, all of those things have turned dramatically in the other direction. The bill that I think the president intends to sign tomorrow, this $2 trillion unpaid for supposedly COVID relief bill, doesn't do that at all. Now, initially, it's pretty popular, Annie, because almost every family in Missouri will get a check, and who doesn't like that? But once those checks are cashed, every family in Missouri is going to think, well, now, wait a minute, people who weren't legally in the country, in many cases, got this check. If they were people who overstayed their visa, and that's about 60% of the people not here legally, they've got a Social Security number, they probably got a check. If many people who are incarcerated will get that same check, just on that front alone, let alone the beginning to figure out that our state didn't get nearly a fair share of the money that went to state and state governments, because it's very much skewed in favor of California and New York. And this is going to be a very unpopular bill. That'll be something Republicans will have a chance to talk about. And we are, again, in 2009, there were 40 Republican United States senators, not 50. The Democrats lost seats in the House of Representatives, even though they predicted they were going to gain 15. They lost about a dozen seats. They were working hard all over the country with the leadership of President Obama's Attorney General to take over state legislatures. It happened exactly 0 times. There's a net gain of 1 state legislature for Republicans in the country. In our state, we didn't lose a single incumbent House member or Senate member that ran again for the General Assembly. I think the underlying foundation of our party is very strong. We just have to be better at explaining now what difference it made when you had President Trump with the regulatory authority. The tax policy was good in growing the economy. I think the president's use of the regulatory policy was even more important. And truth is, President Biden's turned a lot of that around already. But it'll give us something important to talk about as we see the impact of those bad regulations on utility bills and other things, as opposed to where the country was headed a year ago, right before the outbreak of COVID-19. And so I feel good about the future of the party, particularly in Missouri, and particularly as it relates to this Senate seat, and look forward to what I can do the next 2 years to legislatively look for ways to do better things and look for ways to fight bad things, and there'll be both of those to do.
Senator Blunt, as you mentioned, the U.S. Senate right now is 50-50 split. So a lot on the line in 2022, and you, of course, are not going to be running again. How much did you think about what that seat, what the future of that seat will hold in terms of what it means to the U.S. Senate, and how much did that impact your decision?
Well, I think that's part of the decision. And just like Kit Bond in 2009 decided, looks like 2010 is going to be a pretty good year, this is a good time to create an opportunity for someone else to come to the Senate that's likely to be a Republican, and that turned out to be me. I think some of those same factors are in play in 2022. The next time this seat will be up will be in a presidential election year. That's never quite as certain for us in our state as the opportunity. We really don't have, Ryan, that many open Senate seats. I think in 30 years there have been 2 open Senate seats, and John Ashcroft won one of them in 96, and I won the other one in 2010. And I think this is going to be a good year for a Republican Senate candidate in our state. Probably could have been anyway, but I think particularly will be as Democrats overreach and begin to make Americans and Missourians think we've got to once again return some balance back to this government to fight bad regulations and bad legislation.
Senator Blunt joining us right now, real quick before we have to let you go. The Biden plan so far has been very progressive. The moderate tone that he was kind of pitched as in the primary, the way he has governed so far has been very, very progressive. We've seen the COVID bill get through with no Republican support, and a simple majority vote in favor of it passed it. There are some other pieces of legislation that are coming your way soon, and they're going to require a stronger vote in the Senate or the filibuster to go away. Do you have confidence right now that filibuster is going to remain intact, or do you fear that we will see a rapid fire of legislation come through if that filibuster gets removed?
Well, removing the filibuster would be a tragedy for the Senate and the country, in my view. The election bill that they're proposing that's passed the House already is just full of things that would help Democrats and hurt Republican candidates, public financing of campaigns, taking redistricting away from state legislatures, even though the Constitution gives it to state legislatures. There's a long list there. We'd talk about the potential for a couple of new states that would almost certainly have Democrat senators coming into the union if the filibuster goes away. But mostly, what you have here is you lose the character of the Senate as the place where you at least have to think about things for American voters to get an election or two to really say, do we want to make this kind of a drastic change? It'll be a fight because the 2 issues I just mentioned are totally political, totally about the long-term advantage it would give one party over the other. And a couple of Democrats now that are standing pretty strong on this principle of we can't destroy the Senate by making these changes are going to be under a lot of pressure. But, Annie, I was on your program a number of times. I think you always got the problem of doing this where people would call in or would have been saying, well, why don't you just change the rules and do whatever you want to do? And of course, now those same people are saying, my gosh, I hope they don't change those rules and force these bad policies down our throats. So I think we can fight this off 2 years. We'll be in control of either the House or the Senate, and maybe both. But it's an important 2-year fight. And I think the Democrats don't intend to make the mistake they made under Obama, which is not going totally for broke in that first 2 years. And you can see that happening right now. And this this ability of 51 people, 50 senators and the vice president to do whatever they want to do certainly isn't what a lot of Missouri Republicans thought it was 2 years ago. And, we didn't do it. I think that was the right decision. I think the right decision now is to do everything we can to encourage enough Democrats to stick with us that they don't do it either, and then get control of the Congress back and in 2024 do our job again in the presidential election.
Yeah, with that simple majority in the Senate, half of America doesn't even recognize the country. And if to the flip side, as you said, in the Trump administration with 2 years of all Republican control, it would have felt the same on the other side. Lots of people here commenting on our live chat, thanking you for your time, your service, and looking forward to watching you for the next 2 years fight for Missourians as we look to replace your seat with another strong Republican from Missouri. Senator Blunt.
Great to be with you. Look forward to being in the studio, hopefully more this year than this last year, which has been so strange. But thanks for what you do every day. And it's always a pleasure to be on with you this way, but look forward to being there again in person before too long.
Thank you so much, Senator Blunt. Good to speak with you.
Stop the run. Stop the run.
Mark Cox here. Guys, let Victory Men's Health help you regain your vitality by optimizing your hormones, vitamins, and sexual health. Victory Men's Health has the most cutting-edge technologies to treat ED. They have wave therapy. Listen, this is the biggest advancement for men with ED since the launch of Viagra. That's pretty incredible. They do the treatments in their office. Victory Men's Health offers wave therapy in both their Illinois and Missouri location. Check them out online today at victorymenshealth.com.
Move into your new dream home without leaving your old one. When you hire the professionals as CertaPro painters, painting is the perfect way to renew and refresh the home you love. You can trust the proven experts at CertaPro painters to handle every detail. Worry-free from start to finish. Painting inside or out, you deserve service you can count on. Get your project started today with a free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Hey guys, Glover here for my good friends, and they are my good friends, George and Mike, the owners of ThrottleNet, the IT place. Let me right out of the chute give you throttlenet.com/971 because I really think you're going to want to go at least check out the website. Here's the deal. They do comprehensive IT. They do everything from protection, from ransomware and phishing schemes, which, by the way, have gotten so much worse since most of our workers are working from home. It's so much easier to infiltrate your company through a home computer. We take care of all of that. We maximize your profits and we minimize your expenses through IT. The industry standard in St. Louis is 3 hours from the time you contact your IT provider and say, I've got a problem. It takes them 3 hours to get back to you. In 2020, the average for ThrottleNet was 1 minute and 57 seconds. I think that says a lot. We have continuing webinars going on. Check them all out at throttlenet.com/971.
Who wouldn't want a little free money?
I like the way you think, Mark.
Then get ready for this, Bernie, the Mark Cox redistribution of wealth.
Be sure to thank your government.
Not on this one. The Mark Cox redistribution of wealth happens just after the news at the top of the hour. Text in the keyword for a chance to win $1,000. Message and data rates may apply.
I don't like it. It adds nothing to the deficit.
It's the private sector at its finest. The Mark Cox redistribution of wealth on 97.1 FM Talk.
KFTK FM Florissant, K254CR St. Louis, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk, a radio.com station.
A push to vaccinate Americans. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. White House Coronavirus Response Coordinator Jeff Zients today reaffirming the administration's plans to follow through on President Biden's call for every adult in the country be made eligible for vaccination by May 1st.
That's earlier than expected and reflects our success working with vaccine manufacturers, increased supply, and secure doses for all adult Americans.
In his address to the nation last night, the president said his goal is to see the country return to a more normal way of life by the 4th of July. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's not stepping down as he faces growing calls for his resignation over allegations of sexual impropriety and questions about his handling of coronavirus deaths in nursing homes.
I did not do what has been alleged.
period. More than half of New York's Democratic congressional delegation are joining in on calls for the Democratic governor to resign.
New York Representatives Jerry Nadler, Carolyn Maloney, and others say they believe Governor Andrew Cuomo should resign. Nadler says investigations by the state attorney general and the Albany police should also be allowed to run their course. And Representatives Jamal Bowman and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez released a joint statement echoing that sentiment, saying the governor can, quote, no longer effectively lead. Cuomo has denied touching anyone inappropriately.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Coronavirus appointments may be canceled in Colorado and Wyoming as a massive winter storm bears down.
2 feet of snow, maybe more expected from Cheyenne, Wyoming to Denver.
Use your common sense. If it starts to snow, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Colorado Governor Jared Polis has the National Guard on standby for possible search and rescue missions. The Colorado Department of Transportation also asking drivers there to stay off the roads this weekend.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. America is listening to Fox News.
Some big news. Since Election Day, almost 5 million people have downloaded the free Newsmax TV app on their smartphone. You can trust Newsmax TV. Watch it for free anytime. And go to Newsmax.com for breaking news. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Call your operator if they don't carry it. Plus, watch Newsmax on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, TiVo Plus, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business and powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more. All with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Dealing with a very unsettled weather pattern right through Monday, but the key here, it's not going to be raining.
It's time for a redistribution of wealth.
Mark Cox style, Bernie. $1,000 is on the line. Want to win?
Hey, everybody. Here's your chance to win some money. This hour's keyword is travel. Text the word travel to 72881 by the end of the hour for your chance to win $1,000. That's travel to 72881. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive, people. It's dangerous.
Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight or stop smoking for only $49.99 guaranteed, or your money back. Because of coronavirus, seminar now online, live Thursday, March 25th or Saturday, March 27th for the St. Louis area. Details at markpatrickseminars.com. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Sometimes old ideas aren't good, they're just old. For too long, Missouri officials have operated on the mistaken notion that education should only take place in person in an assigned public school. The pandemic has shown that's not good enough. Reform is needed to give parents choices to get their children the best education available. One great option is education savings accounts, or ESAs. The money the state would normally pay to your child's public school would go into an account that you control. You would be able to access the funds for private school tuition, online learning programs, or other approved uses. You can use that money to tailor your child's education. ESAs would put parents in charge. It's school choice at its best, with money following the student and not buildings. Let's help parents find an education that fits the needs of their child. Learn more in our 2021 Missouri Blueprint. Moving Missouri forward at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
National Rarities waiting for your phone call to check out your valuable, your gold, your platinum, your sterling silver, coins, currency, firearms, artwork, paintings, something that you have that you don't need, that you want to sell. Get that value for it from the GIA certified buyers, a team full of experts who have garnered an A+ rating with the BBB because they're very good at what they do and they're very fair. When you call 888-787-1112, you're going to get to make an appointment with this team of experts, and you're going to get to visit them in West County on the corner of Manchester and Mason. They're right here in St. Louis. They are not like going to a pawn shop. They are people who know what they're talking about. They have a huge team. They have an expert for everything. I've met so many of them. They're really cool, nice people, and it's going to be an overall positive experience. You're going to be so happy that you're going to be able to take that thing of value that you have into National Rarities and get a fair price with an honest discussion that you're going to enjoy. 888-787-1112. That's 888-787-1112. Call National Rarities today and get your appointment scheduled now. NationalRarities.com.
Is your vision of home not turning out quite the way you planned it? Let the experts at CertaPro Painters paint you a more colorful view. Get a free estimate today and let CertaPro Painters create your new dream space. Listening, prepping, and painting every wall while handling every detail worry-free. Times may have changed, but our trusted service and expertise remains the same. To get your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Do you have a vision for your dream engagement ring? Come to Shane Company and let us help you bring your vision to life with our wide selection of unique settings and natural stones.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
Whether you're an experienced sports bettor or someone who's just starting out, BetQL is here to help us become better bettors. Get access to data and insights the sportsbooks don't want you to see. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today.
HairSaloon.com is the website, HairSaloon.com. You can go there right now and check out all of their different locations. They have so many on both sides of the river, Missouri and Illinois, for you to schedule that perfect haircut. Hair Saloon believes that men deserve better, and it really shows with the presentation that they have for you when you go in and visit them at Hair Saloon. They're going to give you a complimentary beverage right off the top. You're going to get to relax with a relaxing, calming shampoo, a hot towel and mint service, plus that perfect haircut that you're going to be able to rely on. It's nice to be able to go into a place, sit back, relax, and let the experts do what they do and make you look great. Plus a 25% discount on services all day and every day for veterans, active duty military, and first responders. They know how to treat people well, and they do it each and every time with each and every client. Like I said, you can check out all of their different locations online right now at hairsaloon.com.
97.1 FM Talk is the place for ideas and discussion that's free and fair. Stay connected by downloading the radio.com app. It's all at 971talk.com. The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Forensic IT, the tech experts that find the root cause of your technical problems. ForensicIT.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what you're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, Sid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Happy Friday. Very happy to be able to say that to you. We're joined now by Carl Middleman. Hi, Carl. How are you doing?
Hi, Annie. Nice to talk to you.
You've been running around the station there, working as hard as you can. And Katie said that you kind of know the lay of the land of what movie theaters are open right now, movies that are actually out in theaters.
Yes.
We can go out and do things.
Yes.
Free people of Missouri. Illinois has some open too.
So if you are a fan of both of the major chains in St. Louis right now, you can go to either a Marcus or an AMC.
I love AMC. I love me some AMC.
And if you like independence, Frontenac and the High Point are open.
Oh, that's sweet.
The Tivoli is not open currently. And someone said, oh, it's because it's in the city. I'm like, no, High Point's in the city. And they said, well, it's because it's in the county. No.
Plaza
Frontenac's in the county.
Yes,
They're
just grumbling on their front porch.
It was Frank, and he was holding you.
Frank, if you would like to defend yourself, we would love for you to come in.
He just
so.
he's been here all
coming
damn
back.
day.
He's going to maintain his dignity.
But there are movies that are out there, not just at home, but movies that are actually in theaters and only in theaters.
Annie or Ryan, when was the last time you guys went to a theater before the pandemic?
Long time.
I know.
What did I see? Frozen. I mean, I saw Frozen 2 70 times.
Yeah.
But there was Lion King. Was the Lion King?
That was
remake?
way. The last movie I saw was The Hunt in a theater.
Oh,
what about Aladdin? Was that after Frozen 2?
Yeah. No, actually, I think Aladdin was before. Aladdin was summer, and then Frozen 2 was November.
Fall. Man, Aladdin was terrible. I don't know what you feel about the Aladdin remake, but it was.
I have the whole genre of the remakes, live action. They're making a live action Powerpuff Girls.
It's enough.
And
It's
Little
enough
Mermaid.
already.
I don't really know how that works.
I kind of want to see how that works.
Yeah, CGI.
Now, Annie, since you are a major Disney fan, have you seen Raya and the Last Dragon? Did you pay the
No.
$30?
See, so I've been going back and forth. I would like to go. I would happily go to the movie theater.
It's really well done.
And I've heard really good things about it. And I am like, do I want to pay? Because it would be cheaper for me. Because I'm not going to go see Raya the Last Dragon. It's Raya the Last Dragon.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
I'm not going to go see that with my husband. We're not going to go to the movie theater and see Raya together. If I go, I'm bringing 3 extra people, and that is expensive. So when you
pay the $30 and watch it at home.
$30, watch it at home, and then you get to own it on Disney Plus. Except for the fact that I kind of want the experience of going to the movie theater. So then I'm like, do I go to the movie theater? Because we get to do that now. The AMC in Edwardsville is open, and that's probably where we would go. Do we go for the experience of being somewhere and doing something we haven't done for a year, and then wait for it to come onto Disney Plus, but then have to wait? I'm in the I'm
June
of the
5th.
mind that I don't want to wait for anything anymore.
June 5th is when everyone else can get it on Disney Plus for free, like they did with Mulan, which
I
was
haven't
really
seen that
well
yet.
done too.
That's
was
good.
Yeah.
June 5th is when I think I'm going to have the baby. Isn't
So
that Flag Day?
no, June 12th. This is also President Trump's birthday.
I knew it was the same, but I was going with Flag Day instead of Trump's birthday.
Carl knows all of those days. I
No,
don't know.
it's also thank you. It's also my friend Steve Panawa's birthday, who's a big fan of the show, by the way.
Hi, Steve.
But that's how I know. That's how I know that, because he's like, it's Flag Day.
No,
and
but
it's
you're
Trump's
also
birthday.
very good at knowing those types of days. Whenever we worked together for a brief moment in the morning, you always knew those
I adore
odd days. It was
That's
so great.
Stuff I do not know.
A
or
person we
retain.
used to work with in the morning, his birthday is today too.
Yep.
Happy birthday, people. Everybody whose birthday is March 12th.
Happy birthday to everyone.
Cheers.
If you're having a birthday today, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So before we get into what people can go see, obviously Raya is one of them that you've mentioned. Explain to me, Carl, because you are what is your you have basically a title, like you are a movie reviewer.
I am.
We're all movie reviewers, but
Correct.
much like Ryan and fish sandwiches, his favorite fish sandwich is the closest one to him. So
It's
with a
Friday and
little-
Lent, everybody.
with a little more discernment, you spend a lot of time. You're dedicated to reviewing movies, and you know the lay of the land. So, what is this? What is coming? We haven't been making movies. Are there a lot of? Is the drought of like movies that are going to be new and in theaters happening now? Is it going to happen later?
I think it's going to happen later because they still haven't announced when Black Widow is going to be the big one, because that's what Disney's been holding. Look at Katie just
I
bouncing.
read that they were keeping their summer release theater date
Yeah.
on Black Widow.
Yeah, but that's June.
Yeah.
And that's still 2-3 months away.
That's a whole month before we're allowed to get together for a 4th of July barbecue in our backyard
Correct.
too, which is Black Widow. She's just a rebel.
But I am the membership committee chair for the St. Louis Film Critics Association with our friend Mark Reardon, who will be
going to be. Yeah, we've never talked about that on the air.
Really? You're his lead-in.
We're excited.
We
I'm
are
so
excited.
excited that, and we've talked with Mark, and we're working on some things with Reardon, and I think it's going to be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
So he is also a member of the St. Louis Film Critics Association.
Do you guys agree on your movie reviews a lot?
He and we were on the air last week on his show, and he and I were talking. Mark Cox got mad at me because I recommended No Man Land, which of course you're hearing all
so
about.
Mark Cox.
You're hearing all about No Man Land, and he's like, "You need to come in here and talk about how you forced me to watch this film and made me hate it."
What is the film?
It's called Nomad Land.
And what is it about?
It's about
nomads.
Ryan is right. It's about nomads. These are people that they give up their worldly possessions and they travel around the United States.
Is this a documentary?
It started out
fiction
based on a true story. It's Frances McDormand, and bringing it back to Marvel, the woman that directed this movie is going to direct the Eternals, which is the new Marvel movie that's going to be out in the fall. So you're hearing a lot about this at award time. Mark Cox hated it. And Reardon said, well, of course, Mark Cox hated it.
I just love being in this Mark sandwich. It's going to be amazing.
You are in the Mark sandwich. And Mark and I agree that Nomadland is great, and you're going to hear about it. It was my number 2 film of the year last year. And then you say, well, what was your number 1 film last year?
What was your number 1 film?
Promising Young Woman.
Oh, yeah.
That's the rape revenge story.
Okay,
and it is
never mind.
very, well.
Sounds like a film I would definitely watch.
It's very uncomfortable to watch, but it is very well done. That's another movie
The
you're going to hear.
story is good. The
You're going to
storyline is
hear
great.
the Oscars are announced next week. So you're going to hear about a lot of these films next week. Now,
do you nerd out on the Oscars?
I used to a lot more.
Do you play like Oscar bingo at your house by yourself?
I always go to an Oscar party held by Cinema St. Louis people at their home, and I always win the contest every year.
So they love you.
Well, no, because I don't like, they have really good prizes, and I always defer the prizes because it's stuff I already have.
Oh, well.
Because the
hoity-toity,
you're a prize snob.
hoity-toity,
No,
Mister.
when
you
they
got
send
that
stuff-
long title.
When they send stuff, I'm like, oh, right, I have a Nomadland shirt now. And I wore it to argue with Mark that day. And I gave him, like, all the swag they sent from Nomadland, I gave to Mark Cox because he hates the movie so much.
Krista on our Facebook page said Nomadland is boring as beep heck. With
Yes,
this
it
news.
is. You know why? It is a slow burn movie. It is you're trained to, like, this woman is traveling country. So you're trained, being a movie watcher, to expect her to get attacked, her to, like,
Something stimulating.
something horrible is going to happen to her. And then when it doesn't happen, you're like, wow, this is regular life. And
I don't want to watch regular life.
no, but you do, because
It's boring.
it's more relatable to you, because when her car breaks down, your car has broken down. And so this is tragedy in people's lives.
Is it critically acclaimed?
Yes, it is a lot.
In a big way.
That means it's terrible.
Mike confirms on Facebook Mark Cox hated that movie.
Yes.
And Ashley on our Annie Fry YouTube channel says Marcus Theaters has $5 Tuesdays. That's a nice.
Yes,
little tip.
they've always had that. And if you are a rewards member, they used to give you free popcorn.
But do they have the reclining chairs?
Yeah.
Do they have food and concessions?
Yes.
Is it open? Just like it is it open?
It's a limited capacity. I would say it's 25. I think it might be up to 50% now. I think it depends on, like, somewhere in the county.
I
somewhere
would
in the city.
happily pay more to go to a movie theater that was limited capacity.
Yeah.
I do not want to go ever and sit next to
everybody,
Mr. Jumbo Popcorn Box, and listen to him eat popcorn while I'm watching Nomadland or Raya the Last Dragon. I just don't want to deal with that. I'd rather not go.
When I saw Deadpool for the first time, that's how it was. It was a crowded theater on a Friday night. And it was, you think about that now and you go,
No,
well, this
thank
is a
you.
super spreader event.
Yeah, no, thank you. So
Nope.
Have you been to a theater then? You've been to a theater.
And Annie, I went over to Illinois. I went to the Skyview and I saw Tenet.
And
Skyview,
in Belleville.
a drive-in.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing as going to a theater. We need to know if you're in being in a theater versus your own mini super spreader event in your own car, depending on how many people you had in there.
Then no.
And what you were doing.
Okay.
No, I have been
At the drive-in
offered
theater.
I have been offered to
But
go.
you're like, that's not for now.
No, because I actually was here when they did it. They actually were going to show Raya and the Last Dragon to critics at a theater. Disney's like, go ahead.
That's what I'm wondering, what that atmosphere is like, because as you just said, Annie, I would love to go to a theater where I have to be arm's length away from someone else.
I'd go
or
tonight.
farther. But and I mean, I'm game to go to a theater, this weekend. I just didn't know that. We had a conversation a month ago and we were just discovering that all of these theaters were open. So this is, I mean, it's very interesting to me to see if they are still popular, if people are willing to go.
Don't go see Tom and Jerry, by the way.
Bad.
Okay, so why not?
Even if it's on HBO Max, because it's free on HBO Max.
Even if it's free and it's watching that or a repeat of Joe Biden's speech last night, just don't do it.
Don't do. Well, at least the Biden speech is like 18 minutes. You're gonna get
22. Give the man some credit.
Woo! I didn't watch it. So But,
You don't-
but Tom
No
and Jerry,
stars. Do not recommend.
Tom and Jerry, I will say, I want to say something positive about Tom and Jerry. Technically, it is beautiful. You know how Roger Rabbit, when the first time you saw
Yeah.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you go,
Love that
how'd
movie.
they do that? How'd they do that?
Mhm. How did they make the blinds?
Exactly.
When he goes through the blinds, how did the cartoon make the shape in the blinds?
And when you get that first scene after they do the cartoon and then they're in the real world, Tom and Jerry, the thing about that is every single animal is animated. So like
Cool.
if it's a dog, if it's birds, no matter what, pigeons, it's all animated. So it kind of makes sense. But other than that, the story is stupid. But technically it is a marvel. It is
Usually Tom and Jerry plots are pretty complicated and
yeah, but Ryan,
gotta take
I
them
loved Tom and Jerry. Yeah, I loved. I used to
Sometimes
watch
it's
Tom
not
and Jerry.
about having a complicated plot. It's just about having a plot.
having a plot.
Well, yeah. Well, then some,
I'm gonna eat that mouse today.
sometimes that's the weird thing about Tom and Jerry. Sometimes they love each other. Sometimes they're trying to kill each other. And
Yeah.
and
don't know.
And you just they keep going back and forth through the entire movie, whether they're friends or whether they're enemies. It's just, but it is beautiful. It is. That's what I took away from Tom and Jerry. We've come a really long way to make cartoons into our world
Sure.
look good.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
then
if
you
you're
still need a story.
recommending, as we go out here, if people are going to go to the movie theaters right now, give me a family recommendation and a date recommendation.
Raya and the Last Dragon for families, definitely. For dates, oh, I don't know.
Nothing
Skip
good
the
yet?
date.
I don't know.
Nothing good yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Your
Do some
dates are off for
Netflix
this
and chill
weekend.
on the
Netflix
date.
and chill.
Okay.
Any series you highly recommend people stream?
If
right
you
now?
haven't seen WandaVision, you should see it.
so good, and it ended so
Oh,
good.
and guess what? Annie today dropped the making of WandaVision,
Cool.
so you can watch that now.
That's good. I didn't know that there was an issue. And then next week starts Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep. And then
Man.
Loki.
It's almost as if they know exactly what they're doing and they've got you on the hook.
Uh-huh.
Carl, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Always good to talk to you.
See you guys later.
See you later. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the real estate market that's out there right now. Katie's got some news. People are guessing what that news is on the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live. I highly encourage that you put your guess in there as well. What is Katie's big, exciting news? We'll talk about that, along with Kristi Monschein, great friend of the show, the Monschein team, the very best that St. Louis has to offer in real estate agents. When we come back about the real estate market. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
Tune in to Right at Home with Rich every Saturday from noon to 1 p.m. This Mosby Building Arts Home Show covers topics ranging from design and architecture to remodeling and home maintenance. For answers to all of your home questions, don't miss Right at Home with Rich, brought to you by Mosby Building Arts.
2020 was a challenging year, but things are looking up, including the stock market's performance. But will it last? Hi, I'm Ken Murray, Senior Advisor at Retirement Planners of America. If you are 50 or older, call us today to schedule a free consultation to learn more about our Invest and Protect strategy that is designed to help mitigate the risk of the stock market. Call us today at 800-375-1159 to schedule your free assessment. That's 800-375-1159.
Is your credit card debt piling up? Pacific Debt can help. Pacific Debt is the nation's friendliest debt settlement company. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews on sites like Trustpilot and Best Company, they can settle your debt for a fraction of what you owe. In fact, they've settled over $300 million, helping people just like you. Get a monthly program payment you can afford and zero upfront fees. Get free information now. 800-281-9981. 800-281-9981.
There certainly is a lot of uncertainty out there right now regarding the economy, regarding the direction that it's going to go, and also regarding how safe your retirement is. Now, I want to talk to you about Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group, because when you need the coach that knows the most, that has a proven success record, never had a client lose a penny. That is something that he rightfully touts and brags about. And those clients are people exactly like you. He has a ton of Annie Fry Show Show listeners who have reached out to him and put their retirement in his hands. For 35 years, Thomas Helbig and the Retirement Advisor Group has been helping retirees and pre-retirees exactly like you understand what your options are when you decide to leave a job or ultimately retire. He's going to teach you how to make sure your nest egg is secure. Call him for a no-cost, no obligation retirement review and get the process started today. 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494 and get that no cost, no obligation retirement review scheduled right away. Online at retirementkey.com.
Now is the perfect time to make an investment in your home. An investment that will save you money, increase the value of your home, and improve the overall look. We can't wait to tell you about our unique UniShield windows and our true lifetime warranty. Don't wait. Spring is right around the corner. Call us now to schedule your personal estimate and take advantage of our buy one, get one free, plus 0 payments and 0 interest for 2 years. Call 314-596-5909 or click now at universalwindowsdirect.com.
Universal Windows Direct.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And they said only $49.99 and it could work for you. So I thought, that's not even a week's worth of smoking. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. You know, my friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
Stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $49.99 guaranteed. Hypnosis designed to work without anxiety, irritability, or weight gain. Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight or stop smoking for only $49.99 guaranteed, or your money back. Because of coronavirus, seminar now online live Thursday, March 25th or Saturday, March 27th for the St. Louis area. Details at markpatrickseminars.com. Register now at markpatrickseminars.com.
About 30 miles south of Boston, Massachusetts is a strip of land called the Bridgewater Triangle, and it contains a creepy swamp called Hockomock. This area is home to sightings of UFOs, strange paranormal activity, and bizarre human-like creatures. One family bravely steps forward to describe their own terrifying experiences. This is the official Unsolved Mysteries podcast, Episode 4, The Creatures of Hockomock Swamp. Available now for free on Apple Podcasts, radio.com, or wherever you get your shows.
You may have heard it through the grapevine. Mark Reardon is coming to 97.1. Mark Reardon is adding to the discussion on 97.1 starting at the end of this month, where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Just give you a few tips on what to watch and what not to watch this weekend at the movie theater. And I'm just very much so looking forward to getting a bit back to normal and doing normal things. And I feel like sitting in a movie theater would be one of those things. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do the Raya and the Last Dragon movie theater excursion. I love seeing movies with kids in the theaters because when something is funny and it tickles, you know, the humor bone for all of the kids, it is just so refreshing to sit in there and hear the giggles. And so I don't know. I think I might do that this weekend. We'll see how it works out. Let's get to our guest, Kristi Monschein, my friend and one of the best real estate agents that St. Louis has to offer, the #1 agents for Berkshire Hathaway Alliance Real Estate for almost 16 years now. Kristi, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you as a sponsor on the show and an expert when we talk about the insanity that is the real estate market right now.
Hi, Annie.
How are you doing? This has got to be now. Katie, I said, had some news. Katie has an accepted contract and a past inspection on a new home, and she's been waiting for this moment to happen for quite some time. Katie, has it been stressful for you?
So stressful. It's been months and months of looking and putting in bids and then getting outbid. And just every weekend you're looking at 5 houses and you're competing with 30 other families trying to get a single house. It's just the market is absolutely insane. It's really crazy. That's why it's important to have people like the Monschein team to support you and help you out on such a huge endeavor that you're making.
So, Kristi, tell me what it's like to be a real estate agent in this time. Have you ever experienced, I mean, you've been doing this with your son, JT Monschein. You guys have a collective 60 plus years of success here in the St. Louis region. Have you ever seen it quite like this?
I have never in my entire career seen anything like this in my life. And I think everyone is just extremely frustrated with this market, as Katie was. I've obviously been listening to her. And finding a piece of property is only half the battle. Then you find the property, and then you find that you're in competition with 15 or 20 offers on a property. And it was a lot easier. And having a normal market, everyone looks at the market and says, oh, wow, the market's going crazy. And we go, this is not a real, it's a tough crazy right now, because there has to be so much expertise and experience on the agent's part for the buyers that are out there right now, because we're seeing people give up every right in an offer just to get a house. And it's really frustrating.
So, Kristi, let me ask you about, people who are listening right now who have heard that the market is insane. If they're thinking about moving, if they've thought about moving, I mean, what are we talking about right now? The premiums that people are willing to pay, like if they call the Monschein team today and say, I'm thinking about listing my house, how's that process go? And what kind of premiums might exist out there for a house that's ready to sell?
Well, the premiums, as a real estate agent, we look at the comparables and everything for neighborhoods. And in the market that we're in right now, you're looking at typically how you should price a home. And you're automatically, having to probably increase your value at that point, because you know that there's probably going to be multiple offers. And you have to go on the market right now almost assuming that you're going to be in multiple offers. And so it's very difficult in this market, because people, we're seeing people go $100,000 over, asking price on several properties, and throwing out appraisals and building inspections, and literally just going, we're going to buy this house and hope everything's going to be okay. And as an agent, you've got to give your client some guidance. You really have to have an agent who's really experienced, knows how to handle it, knows how to show you what the market really is in an area. I think the buyers that are out there are realizing that they're paying premiums right now, just because of our lack of inventory. And so, if your house is ready and priced right, it will produce multiple offers. There's, no getting around it. And, but preparing the house for the optimum price is also extremely important.
Yeah. What are some tips that you have for people who are considering that? What are some obvious things and maybe some not so obvious things that somebody who's considering selling right now, because they see how hot the market is, things that they can do on their own so that when they call you, you go, okay, well, you need to do this, this, and this. And they can say, we've already done it. And they're ready for you to put it on the market.
Well, as as I just said, that being market ready is extremely important. We, our team at the Monschein team, we use a stager, as well as obviously we give our clients guidance, but we really put a lot of emphasis on getting a stager out there to walk through the home with them, give them advice, whether it's, paint, whether it's sprucing up the exterior, if there's any repairs that need to be done, and any decluttering, maybe moving furniture around, because it used to be the first time that people were in your home was when they're at your front door. And today it's all on the internet. And if they do not like what they see on the internet, you don't get that person to walk through the door. So, it's all about being market ready. Through the years, I've seen people go we're just going to put it on the market and we'll see what happens. And we're not going to replace the carpet right now, or we're not going to neutralize rooms. In the long run, that money spent will reap you incredible benefits on the sell side and an optimum price.
So, we've talked about, Katie was talking about this too, just how valuable it is to have real estate agents that really understand the market right now, understand the value of honesty with their clients. And you guys have done such an amazing job at the Monschein team. If people want to go online to the monscheinteam.com, MONSCHEIN team.com, and see some of what you have been doing, you offer so much to the client to make them the most competitive that they can possibly be to get their house sold for top dollar. And you've had decades of success doing this so far.
Yes. Well, thank you. Having that, finding the right real estate agent right now is really important in this market that we're trying to navigate around. There's no doubt about it. You have to know, the ins and outs of how to work multiple offers, what to look for. And as you said, the guidance. I've been doing this for over 40 years and my son over 20 with me. And it's the guidance, and it sounds like such a very trite thing when you're buying a house, but I think the guidance that you can get and the expertise, and like I said, the values right now are very, very difficult for buyers to wrap their arms around. And, Katie's gone through this process and it's frustrating. You've got a house in a market where there's very few, and you have 40 some odd showings, and then people only can accept one contract. So you've got all these other people out there still looking for that house. And you have to be able to dig in this market for buyers, because homes are selling the minute anybody gets a breath of it. And if your agent isn't well-versed or well-connected, not only with their own agent, but with other agents in the area, it's extremely difficult to end up finally getting the house that you want if you don't have someone who is really knowledgeable about how to go about doing that, and then also how to write the offers.
Yeah, it is so important to have experts who are well connected and well versed in the temperature that's out there right now. We've got a commenter on our Facebook Live right now from James. It says, Molly says hi to you, and she said she used her and she was great. I hear this from people who have worked with the Monschein team. There's a whole lot of different ways that people can successfully be in real estate in a market like St. Louis's, but you guys have a very personalized touch that really sets you apart from some of the other competition in the area that's turning and burning a lot of volume. Your dedication and that personal relationship that you value as part of the process to have a successful sell, a successful buy, has really set you apart and made you competitive in a way that is obvious that your clients want more of. And if they are going to have the opportunity to recommend somebody to a real estate agent, they can't recommend you enough, because you just really do go above and beyond. And like you're talking about the staging and the photographs and the things that are included in making sure that you guys do it right the first time. It's a priceless thing in a market that is this competitive.
Well, it really is. We every year, and you and I've talked about this before, Annie, that we talk about there are a lot of mega teams that are out there selling real estate. Right now in the St. Louis market, there's over 15,000 real estate agents out there, and you want to be able to stand out amongst all of your peers, obviously. And I've always taken a personal approach. When I started the business, I'm the oldest of 5 kids. I love people. I love connecting people. I love taking care of them. And I always feel like if I lose that part, if JT and I lose that part of us about taking care of people and going above and beyond for those people, then I keep feeling like I shouldn't be selling anymore, because I don't want to give that up. I'm just not, we're not just a one and done. We want to go beyond the sale. We want to do the little things, from helping the spouse find something, a new job, or the kids finding a baseball team. it's the little things. And I think that when you get to being a mega team, and there's some wonderful ones out there, obviously, you lose that personal part. And, JT and I walk away and try to walk away from our transactions going, we have got wonderful friends. And that's what I love about it. I mean, JT and I say this often, this isn't a job about being a rocket scientist. It's just taking really good care of people. And that's really what makes us tick, as well as you have to have the knowledge and the experience and the expertise and all the things that go with it. But I think that's really important, and it's important to us, and we really value that.
Well, Kristi, it absolutely shows. And as I've gotten to know you and your son JT so well, and understand the heart and soul that goes in it, and know that you mean those words, that's why on the Annie Fry Show, I like to partner with good people who are doing good things for good people. And that's what the Monschein team is doing. So if somebody's listening right now and they're looking to buy a house and they don't have an agent, or especially if they're looking to consider possibly what it would mean to sell their house, do you welcome them to call you right now and start that conversation?
We would really love it, and we appreciate everything that you do for us, Annie, and it means the world to us. I love your show, and we just thought you were really the right person for us, and I'm very grateful, for the opportunity that you called us today.
Well, we are very happy to be partnering with you. I want to encourage people to call 636-537-8288. That's 636-537-8288, and reach out to the Monschein team. They're online at themonscheinteam.com. If you're looking for good people you can trust, Kristi and JT are those people. Kristi, great to speak with you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Annie Fry Show family, and we wish you good luck in this knockdown, drag-out world of real estate right now. It's vicious. It's worse than politics.
It's crazy right now. It's an interesting world. We're learning a lot. And thank you again.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Annie.
We'll talk to you soon. TheMonscheinTeam.com. I mean, seriously, I consider myself to be a pretty good judge of character, and these are very good people, and they are very successful, and they work very hard for you. So if you're thinking about it, consider giving them a call. Even if you're not fully committed yet to selling, have the conversation with them and see where it goes. You might be in for a windfall of money. People commenting right now on the live talking about how ridiculous some of these houses in their neighborhoods are selling, how quickly they're selling. Christopher on Facebook says, my friends just sold their house, kept it on the market a week for the most offers, accepted a contract, $15,000 over asking, no inspection, sight unseen.
Nuts.
So if you're thinking about moving, now is the time. And if you want to make sure that you get connected with the very best that St. Louis has to offer, it's Kristi and JT Monschein. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, real or fake, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got my show sheet covered up here. That's what we're going to do. And that's also what's written on the show sheet. That worked out well. Real or fake news when we come back. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get in your comfort zone with 0% financing for 72 months and double Carrier Cool Cash rebates on qualifying equipment when you purchase and install a new HVAC system. For details, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Del Walmsley here. The first thing you're going to have to learn is until you stop expecting politicians or anyone else to change your life isn't going to change. The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how. Listen to my show, The Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins.
You could be on your way to a better lifestyle and experience the life of your dreams. Tune in to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. Weeknights at 7, right here on 97.1 FM Talk.
Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm here in St. Louis. I've been warning our clients that IRS employees are back at work since mid-July, and their collection efforts have ramped up. Well, sure enough, it looks like it's happening. So if you have unfiled tax returns, wage levies, bank levies, or tax liens, now's the time to call the Lance Land Story Law Firm before the IRS calls you. Tax resolution plans are based off your current income. So if your current income is less than normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this is precisely the time for the Land Story Law Firm to help you. Your consultation is free, so don't put it off. The Land Story Law Firm focuses solely on tax resolution law. It's all we do. And if you have IRS problems, you have legal problems. Let us use our tax law resolution experience to guide you and work on your custom resolution plan. Call now. It's free and confidential. Call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120 or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Need help getting your life organized? You know what? I need a lot of help getting my life organized. When you have the Closet Factory come to your home and walk through because you know that you need the master closet fixed up. That's what we're doing in our house. Then I was with Candace, who was amazing at the Closet Factory, the daughter of the owner. And she's like, while I'm there, let me just look around some of the areas in your home, the other areas where you think you might need help. And I can just tell you what we could do, because she was out there, might as well. I was happy to do that. And she looked at our laundry space. We have second floor laundry up with our bedrooms, and it's a closet. And we didn't realize this until after we moved in, how much we missed a laundry room. So I think she's going to help us with that too. Not to mention the fact when baby number 4 comes, we're going to have to split one of the kids' closets into and make it function for multiple people. These are the type of issues that they're helping me with. But your issues are going to be very different than mine. Maybe it's your garage disarray. Maybe it's the basement storage. Maybe you want built-ins in your living room. The Closet Factory has a customized solution for you. 314-961-4300, 314-961-4300. Call my friends at the Closet Factory and get your customized solution started today. ClosetFactory.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Last year, our average client saved almost $350 a month with an easy rate reduction refinance. What would you do with an extra $300 to $400 a month? Start paying down the credit card debt? Buy the car you've wanted for years? Or maybe take your family on that much-needed vacation? Let's see how much money we can save you. TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun. Always walking around with a headache.
Now her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, headaches? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates. Call 618-206-5935. 618-206-5935. That's 618-206-5935.
The Tim Jones Show.
Zach Smith, legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation.
There's a lot of noise about abolishing the filibuster. The hope is that a lot of these troubling provisions, they won't be able to meet that 60-vote threshold.
Sunday nights at 7 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Yes. Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf and she's coming, cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It's a beautiful day outside. Still, right?
Yeah, it's nice.
It was an hour ago. Ryan, do you have a view of the outside from where you're at right now?
Not really, but
Just
I know
like an
that rain
upstairs,
is moving in.
just a high window. That's more
Kind
than
of
I
a
have.
window up there.
Mm-hmm.
Katie, you've got a big window. Looking good in St. Louis?
Yeah, it's still pretty nice. I do have to say it's becoming overcast.
Yeah.
The sun is still out, but it's making that move happen.
Fantastic. Well, let's get to real or fake. We can do that now. Katie, do you have one to start with?
I do.
Hit it.
And I realize that I'm amongst haterades, but
Haterades?
yeah, people drinking
You
that
talking about
haterade.
Ryan and me?
Yeah, because I have to tell you, mint chocolate chip. It's the best ice cream.
We've already solved this problem on the break.
Best ice cream.
Mint
ever.
chocolate chip is the best ice cream ever?
Yep.
On the count of 3, Ryan. 1, 2, 3.
Fake news.
Nope.
I would rather
Okay.
have
You're
plain
against
vanilla ice cream than mint chocolate chip.
But why?
Because it's better.
Mint chocolate chip is
agree.
so good. It's so great.
agree.
It leaves your mouth feeling refreshed.
So does
And-
toothpaste.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like toothpaste.
Have you ever put chocolate chips in your toothpaste?
I haven't, but I guess today's the day I'm going to try it.
So, Katie, you wanted to try some mint chocolate chip. You were going to get a mint chocolate chip blizzard from Dairy Queen because you're still trying to test out your sense of taste and smell.
Yes. And I'm a little bit worried. That my favorite ice cream isn't going to taste good anymore.
And I said, maybe COVID fixed your sense of taste and smell, and it's not going to taste any good anymore.
Boo! On you.
I want to take what Annie said a little bit further and say that vanilla is also underrated.
Oh,
Because
highly.
people refer to vanilla as if it's
What?
just this like nothing flavor.
It is a
Vanilla
nothing
is a really
flavor.
good flavor.
It's delicious.
No.
Yeah.
I would prefer, I think vanilla is the best flavor of ice cream, actually.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get an ice cream cone, I would prefer vanilla. Now I'm partial to Annie's frozen custard in Edwardsville and Carbon. The Edwardsville location is just opened up, so now you can be in between in either direction 3 minutes from frozen custard in case you panic and you don't know which way to go to get it fast enough if you're in the middle of Edwardsville. But butter pecan, good cone if you want like a flavored ice cream. But there's something just really delicious about really good vanilla custard.
I think that
Real or fake, regular vanilla is better than French vanilla.
I might go fake on that. French
Fake
vanilla.
on all
man, we're
vanilla
tracking so well,
categories.
Annie.
Isn't French vanilla like eggier?
I
Is
think
that what it
so.
is?
I think it's creamier too. I think the taste is sort of like a higher level of taste, but it's not as potent.
Ugh, vanilla. I can't believe it. What show am I on? I can't believe it.
Real or fake news? Chocolate is one of the worst flavors. of
Hey,
ice
what?
Man, Annie, we are on the same page.
No!
Yeah.
Stop the madness.
Yeah.
Chocolate is
You know what
the
else
bomb.
Annie said that was true that didn't make it? It was on the break. She said, it's not that mint chocolate chip is a bad flavor. It's just that I would never, ever choose that flavor over any other flavor. That I completely agree with that.
Annie, I think you should tell
all of the other ones are better.
Tell the secret about
Exactly.
the fudge.
Fudge?
Yeah, that
Okay,
fudge
so-
secret. Okay.
So if I can't promise that your frozen custard or ice cream place is going to do this, but when you put hot fudge in ice cream, first of all, we were talking about mint chocolate chip. A lot of people use hard shell, which is what you would dip a cone in to get like a chocolate dip cone. They'll put that in and mix it up so it takes that hard shell and breaks it up. That's what becomes the chip. Ew, I don't like it. It tastes like wax. Secondly,
Yeah,
the
like a Star
worst
Crunch.
the worst ice cream topping is chocolate syrup. Like I'm talking like that would come out of the old Hershey can. Ugh, that's gross. Hot fudge is superior, but the secret is to ask if they have cold fudge, because cold fudge is what goes in the middle of an ice cream cake. And if you can get cold fudge mixed into your concrete or blizzard, then it won't make your concrete or blizzard runny and it tastes better. And then if you really want to go big or go home, instead of getting it mixed in, you just ask them to put it on top.
Oh gosh, it sounds so good. It sounds so good.
That's the content I'm here for right there.
Yes.
What's your real or fake?
NCAA tournament is the single best sporting event of
I
the
was going to say you better not crap on this because I love
year.
it.
I'm not. No,
I don't know
we're
that
on
it's the
same page,
single
man.
best. Well, sporting event. I might say real because this year I've got a major contender dog in the hunt because I've been watching Illinois all season and they are going to win the whole thing. But that's not usually the case. So you can watch the NCAA tournament and not have any particular team that you're rooting for and be a huge fan by the end, by the beginning of April. And then you can move on with your life after April gets done. But it's so fun to watch. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're not professional athletes.
I was watching Barstool and Dave Portnoy.
Katie texted me yesterday. She goes, I'm watching Dave Portnoy on Barstool Sports in Chicago watch basketball, and I don't know any of the words they're saying, but I can't stop watching.
I couldn't stop watching it. And they were so engaged and so enthusiastic, and they loved it so much. So, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know what I would watch. I don't know any sport in that capacity that I would watch. So I'm going to say basketball, NCAA, real news, because you both seem to love it. So
it's good that you knew that we were talking about basketball.
Yeah.
I do know
My
that.
real or fake news, Andrew Cuomo will not finish his term.
I'm going to say fake news. In fact, I was going to say the opposite and say Andrew Cuomo should not resign because I don't think he will be thrown out.
Annie, I'm going to have to say fake news. I think he's going to finish. I think he's going to hold off. I think actually something else big is going to happen and people are going to forget about this. And the Democrats that are rah about him resigning or wanting him to be impeached, they're going to forget about this too.
What big is going to happen? Tell us what you know.
I don't know anything, but I just know that the big stuff never ends. The news, the big stuff never ends.
No, it doesn't. Joe Biden is speaking right now from the White House about something. I'm not covering it. It's not. If he makes news on the break, there's a 50-50 chance I'll tell you about it. But it's a victory lap. And it's funny to me how Fox News has gone all in on the lower thirds. Like they have gone back to challenging Democrats actively in their lower thirds. Biden celebrates deal, no Republicans supported. That's the lower third. And I'm going to tell you when we come back about the best thing Fox News has done in the last, 5 years. Last night during Joe Biden's speech, I was rolling. And if you were on the YouTube Live, you knew it. We'll be right back.
Got Medicaid? Got Medicare? Get more benefits. A dual special needs plan from United Healthcare gives you dental coverage, prescription drug coverage, prepaid debit card to buy over-the-counter products in store or for home delivery, plus additional credits to buy healthy food at many retailers and much more. If you have Medicaid and Medicare, there's more for you. Call 1-877-777-6919. That's 1-877-777-6919. Benefits and features vary by plan/area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Spring is finally here, and you deserve an upgrade. There's no better way to upgrade than with a new Hyundai filled with all the latest technology, including the digital smartphone key. Save big on all our Hyundai models and get the upgrade you deserve only at the Hyundai Spring Upgrade event.
Sign and drive today and enjoy 0 down payment, 0 first payment, and 0 security deposit on the Tucson, Kona, or Sonata. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st, 2021. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
This year, staying home has taken on a whole new meaning. But a new color and a fresh coat of paint changes everything. You can trust CertaPro painters to handle every detail. Listening, prepping, and painting worry-free. Get a free estimate from CertaPro painters today. Times may have changed, but CertaPro painters' local service and expertise remains the same. To get your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated.
You want to retire soon, but everyone keeps telling you to wait until you're 65. After all, that's the age that you qualify for Medicare and you're close to full retirement age. I'm Marvin Mitchell, president of Compass Retirement Solutions. In my new book, Retire Early, the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65, I discuss proper planning to help make early retirement possible. When to take Social Security, what to do with your 401k, healthcare, how to maximize retirement income, and much more. Get a complimentary copy of Retire Early by calling 1-800-743-8510. That's 1-800-743-8510. Can you retire early? Call 1-800-743-8510 for your copy of Retire Early, the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65.
Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois. Compass Retirement Solutions is not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
Join the millions switching to Spectrum Mobile and you could save up to 40%. Nationwide 5G is included with every plan, and there are no added taxes or fees, plus no contracts. And for a limited time, get up to $300 off a new Samsung 5G phone with trade-in when you switch to Spectrum Mobile. Visit a Spectrum store near you or go to SpectrumMobile.com today. Savings based on comparison of single-line comparable unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 1/27/2021. Data usage limits vary by carrier. Spectrum internet required. Services not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
KFTK FM Florissant, K254CR St. Louis, driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk, a radio.com station.
The
White House weighs in on allegations involving New York's governor. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. More than half of New York's Democratic congressional delegation is calling for fellow Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign amid accusations of sexual impropriety and his handling of coronavirus-related nursing home deaths. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki this afternoon saying President Biden believes the investigation should continue.
Every woman who's come forward, there have now been 6, I believe, who have come forward, deserves to have her voice heard, should be treated with respect, and should be able to tell her story. There also is an independent investigation that is ongoing, of course, in the state with subpoena power overseen by the Attorney General, and he certainly supports that moving forward.
Cuomo commenting today on fellow Democrats calling for him to step down.
I'm not going to resign. I was not elected by the politicians. I was elected by the people.
Cuomo continues rejecting the allegations, saying he's anxious for the investigations to be completed. He says he plans to fully cooperate with those probes. The U.S. criticizing China at a meeting of the UN Human Rights Council.
An American diplomat told the council today the United States believes China is committing crimes against humanity and genocide against its Uyghur Muslim minority. This comes after the State Department condemned a Chinese plan to tighten control over elections in Hong Kong. Following that intervention, China said, "We urge the US to stop interfering in China's internal affairs."
Fox's Simon Owen. The head of Germany's cybersecurity agency is warning computer system administrators to patch known holes in Microsoft Exchange servers or take the systems offline over concerns of an imminent wave of ransomware attacks. The official warns of a possible massive attack against small and medium-sized companies around the world. America is listening to Fox News.
Some big news. Since Election Day, almost 5 million people have downloaded the free Newsmax TV app on their smartphone. You can trust Newsmax TV. Watch it for free anytime. And go to Newsmax.com for breaking news. Newsmax is on all major cable systems. Call your operator if they don't carry it. Plus, watch Newsmax on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, TiVo Plus, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business and powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more. All with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Dealing with a very unsettled weather pattern right through Monday, but the key here, it's not going to be raining all the time. The batches will last about 6 hours and then a fair amount of dry time. And we have that dry time this afternoon until late this afternoon. That's when the next batch of rain comes in, 55. All about rain this evening, ending about midnight, 45. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's time for a redistribution of wealth.
Mark Cox style, Bernie. $1,000 is on the line. Want to win?
This hour's keyword is boat, as in whatever floats yours. Text the word boat to 72881 by the end of the hour for the chance to win $1,000. That's boat to 72881. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. This is a national contest.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Want to see your loan options, adjust payments and closing costs online in real time? Rocket can. When you need an expert to help navigate the home loan process, Rocket can.
Whether you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, a new baby, or just because, a gift of fine jewelry from Shane Company will make any moment more special and memorable. With the largest selection of styles in every price range, finding a meaningful gift will be easy. We have all the classics, as well as new styles for spring, unique necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and rings made with hand-picked natural stones. You can also customize a gemstone pendant just for her. Choose her birthstone or a gemstone in a color she loves. We have vibrant rubies, sapphires in over a dozen colors, and a range of popular gemstones, always natural and ethically sourced. With our superior craftsmanship, your gift will be made with heirloom quality that's guaranteed for life. Best of all, it'll remind her of you. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Stewart's American Mortgage, online at stewartsamc.com, has exciting news for you. We've been talking about real estate quite a bit today. Katie, congratulations on closing, getting ready, I guess, to close on your new home. If you are looking to be the most competitive that you can be when it comes time to buy a home, you need Stewart's American Mortgage. It's pretty much that simple. 314-324-4440. That's how you get a hold of Stewie. It's the phone in his pocket, or it's sitting on his desk right now, right next to him. 314-324-4440. Right now, with rates being as low as they are and the bagel loan, which you can only get at Stewart's American Mortgage, you are going to be prepared to be as competitive as you possibly can when you put in that loan. The bagel loan is called the bagel loan because it looks like a zero, and that's how many you pay in fees that other lenders are going to charge you for. Zero. You don't pay any. They don't exist. They don't get hidden. You don't find them later. They don't exist. Call and ask Stewie today about how the bagel loan can help you with your home purchase. You can also do a refi, and the big news right now is that he's lowered it down to $200,000 that you owe on your home or the mortgage you will take out. That's what you need to be doing if you want to qualify for the bagel loan. 314-324-4440. You can reach out to Stewie today. You can Google the bagel loan, stewartsamc.com, NMLS number 226715.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting from Menards. Choose from more than 7,000 interior lights. Patriot Lighting collections come in a variety of unique styles and finishes to help give your home a fresh, updated look. Save today with 11% off all Patriot Lighting interior collections. Start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through Saturday, March 13th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
You can stop the radio anytime and rewind. Just visit 971talk.com and click listen or download the radio.com app. 97.1 FM Talk. The Annie Fry Show is sponsored by Forensic IT, the tech experts that find the root cause of your technical problems. ForensicIT.com.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
You need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry
We still don't know
Show.
exactly what Joe Biden will say. We do know that his address marks 1 year since the beginning of the coronavirus lockdowns in this country. Have you been celebrating?
So, yeah, as I said yesterday, it's kind of a weird thing to commemorate the shutdown of the country. Isn't there any good news that we can commemorate? Any good reasons to have your first primetime address to the American people? Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Happy that you're with us on Friday afternoon. We're going to have Tony Colombo joining us here in studio in a few 20 minutes or so, and we're going to just enjoy some fun conversation with him there throughout the rest of the show. If you watched Fox News and the Joe Biden speech last night, or if you happen to be connected to us on Facebook, the Annie Fry Show Facebook page, or the Annie Fry YouTube page, I went live last night and I did what any smart, intelligible person would do when you have to watch Joe Biden. I made Mickey waffles while I did it for my kids. And we watched it together. And in the middle of this speech that President Biden was giving, on Fox News, they put a live shot in a box in the bottom right corner of the screen of Tucker Carlson doing his famous Tucker Carlson what the fudge are you doing? Or why are you speaking this way? The stare that he has, that is furrowed brow, and he's looking at you like, I do not understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. It was a live shot of him just staring back like we were staring back at our screen during that speech. It was hilarious. And I'm sure that for people, I mean, there's a lot of people on the internet who found that funny may not be the right term, but kind of ridiculous. Listen to, here's Tucker. Here's some reaction last night from Tucker.
His plan consisting essentially of vaccines and more vaccines. By May, he said, there will be enough vaccines for every person in America. The military will give you that shot. And if you take that shot, things potentially could get back to normal. No mention all of the people who might not want to take that shot. But the president said, if you take that shot and wear your mask and listen to Dr. Fauci, it is possible, not assured, but possible, that you might be able to gather in small groups with the ones you love for the 4th of July. We might have to rescind that right, but it's possible if you're obedient, you'll get it. Who are you talking to? This is a free people. This is a free country. How dare you tell us who we can spend the 4th of July with?
So I completely agree, Tucker Carlson. How many people, like the irony of saying you can celebrate Independence Day? Do we know why we have an Independence Day over tyrannical government? Was a revolution going to kind of be a big deal? Biden will permit you to celebrate in a small backyard barbecue-like setting on the 4th of July if you follow his rules. There's going to be some really big 4th of July celebrations coming this year. It's unbelievable to listen to him. He was talking about permission as he was going through his speech. He was telling you what you would be allowed to do. Who does this man think he is, and what country does he think he's running?
If we do all this, if we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout and a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups will be able to get together.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You got another thing coming. Oh, and wait, if you didn't believe him, here's the threat.
Unity is what we do together as fellow Americans. Because if we don't stay vigilant and the conditions change, then we may have to reinstate restrictions to get back on track. And please, we don't want to do that again. We've made so much progress. This is not the time to let up.
I can't with this. And this is my response in my head, but I'm afraid of the answer. You and what army, President Biden? When you consider the restrictions that you're threatening the American people with, this is what you're going to do, and this is what you're going to do, so that by Independence Day, you can maybe hug your grandma in your backyard at a barbecue. But if you don't, just know we can reinstate these restrictions at any time. This is the only issue facing the United States of America right now, and this is what he's dedicating his entire presidency to. This is all he's talking about. This is what we just spent $2 trillion on to solve this problem, and it's going to get us in a better position by July. Let's not forget that Joe Biden had both of his vaccines before he even took office. He got both shots. This was something that was put into place. Yes, it was put into place by the previous administration. He comes out of the gate last night calling out President Trump for his lack of leadership or whatever in this process. And he's personally benefited from how President Trump handled this and handed it over to him in his administration. But there's no acknowledgement of that. You would think that somebody who is constantly pounding his fist on the table, softly probably, about unity would see the value of saying, this was a struggle for our country. This has been a struggle for the world, but we inherited a historic effort to create a vaccine, and we have expanded on it since then. And we have now, there's no reason, unless you're invested in the power that comes from division, there's no reason to push back on the previous administration like that. Remember, 75 million Americans did not vote for you. That's a lot of Americans, the second highest vote get in presidential election history. There's a lot of people who didn't support you, but you are still their president. President Biden is my president. Of course he is. Just like President Trump was always yours. The division is what these people are selling. And they're telling you, listen to this, folks. They're telling you that you might be able to come out of your house on July 4th to have a backyard barbecue. Meanwhile, at the southern border,
if you look at where we are right now, you have thousands of people crossing illegally into the United States every single day. Those border states are getting overrun. It's a drain on their resources. There's super spreader caravans coming across. And this was all done by President Biden, and President Biden can address and reverse this policy. And we're calling on President Biden to reverse his policy that's created this Biden border crisis.
Speaking of hypocrisy, can we possibly have the same context? The president who told us last night in his first primetime address that you could maybe have a backyard barbecue in the middle of July, the beginning of July, while we have people coming across our border who are positive for COVID, who are being put into places that are not keeping other people safe. They're allowed to come here. Why are they allowed to come here when we can't go into somebody's house at their backyard barbecue to pee? What is the, like, what, how are we supposed to react as free Americans when our president tells you, here's what you will be able to do in the event that you and all parties involved get vaccinated by said time in the middle of the summer, you will be able to enjoy somebody else's backyard. Big news for you. We've been doing that the whole time. This is where hypocrisy becomes scary for the American people. Your president uses his first primetime address to tell you what he is going to permit you to do if you meet his demands. That's not American. And it certainly is ironic that he dates his demands for you on Independence Day. You really can't make it up. And for people who are watching this and who are outraged by it, you should be. You should be vocally outraged by it. Peacefully, vocally outraged by the power grab that these individuals that are leading our government, the people who are in charge of the House, the people who are in charge of the Senate, the people who are in charge of the White House, what they're engaging in.
Not Democrat, Republican. It's critical to demonstrate that government can function and deliver prosperity, security, and opportunity for the people in this country.
Government can deliver those things. Do you have to take all of our freedoms in order for you to deliver it? Because if so, I'm not interested. Return to sender. No, thank you. Goodbye. I'm done here. That's Joe Biden from the White House today, just about 20 minutes ago, telling you that it is important for the people to understand that government can function to provide you your prosperity. That ain't American. And if the president of the United States, with a affirmatively nodding Chuck Schumer, eerily positioned like Dracula over his left shoulder, is going to affirm this, it makes me even surer of my perspective on how dangerous these next 2 years are going to be. I real or fake, folks, I don't think the filibuster is going to stand.
Gosh, disappointing.
Fake. I think it will stand. I'm afraid that Joe Manchin is going to be basically like the king of Washington.
I'd rather it be
do
him
whatever
than
you want
Schumer.
as long as Joe Manchin blesses it.
I'd rather it be him than Schumer or Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. That speech last night, Annie, was such a strange mix of totalitarian control, like things are bad, so we need to stay in control, and then simultaneously a huge victory lap, like pointing back. Look what we've done in 49 days. And it was stuff that they mostly didn't do, but are taking credit for. Really weird mix. And Joe Biden, kind of did it better than usual. So the bar's low, but I will say that for him.
He read the teleprompter.
He did it. Yeah, he did it.
I said that last night on the live. I was like, I'm sure this would be real popular with everybody watching my family eat Mickey waffles and scrambled eggs. But when you consider how bad you brace yourself for Joe Biden to be, he delivered that speech last night by reading it off the teleprompter and not making a bunch of flubs. He doesn't take questions. He didn't take questions today. He's not going to take questions. Why would he take questions? Who's criticizing him? Fox News? Well, they were criticizing them when the sun came up and when the sun goes down. That's not going to change at all. The conservative pundits out there, me included, if I'm a conservative pundit, the people who are criticizing him because of his policy, and I work very hard not to go into the obvious and apparent concerns that many people who have experienced individuals in their life who show signs of what Joe Biden is showing signs of. There is obvious reason to be concerned, but I don't know that it's not a contributing factor into the far left progressivism that he's employing as an administrator. If anything, maybe it makes him less argumentative and encourages more people to participate in the process that we didn't elect, that were appointed. But Kamala Harris, I just think back to Donald Trump picking Mike Pence as his VP. And then when Donald Trump got impeached the first time and everybody panicked because they're like, oh no, what does this mean for Mike Pence? He's a conservative. Kamala Harris is a progressive. So progressive that her own Democratic Party didn't even like her. She was too far to the left. And he picks Kamala Harris to assume the position as the vice president. Do you want, it's a tough choice. Do you want Joe Biden, who doesn't seem like he's fully capable of carrying out the duties of the responsibility of the president of the United States, who's probably getting a lot of advice from a lot of people, a lot of cooks in the kitchen? Or do you want Kamala Harris, who's been very outspoken about the radical things that she wants to be done with government, where you hear Joe Biden right now saying it's important that people understand that government can function to produce their prosperity. You want government to function, get it the heck out of the way. That's what I say. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Ask Me Anything. Tony Colombo is going to come in the studio sometime here in the remainder of this hour. We'll have some fun with him. And Annie, are you okay to wrap it up before we send it over to the DGS? Stick around. More show in just a minute.
Baby, here I am. I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show.
I've got some good old loving and I got some on stove.
Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Fry Show.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet and get great deals on carpet, luxury vinyl plank from Core-Tech, and both solid and engineered wood. 0% financing and prices to fit any budget.
Come on down to Edwards Carpet Store.
Move into your new dream home without leaving your old one. When you hire the professionals at CertaPro Painters, painting is the perfect way to renew and refresh the home you love. You can trust the proven experts at CertaPro Painters to handle every detail. Worry-free from start to finish. Painting inside or out, you deserve service you can count on. Get your project started today with a free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight or stop smoking for only $49.99 guaranteed, or your money back. Because of coronavirus, seminar now online, live Thursday, March 25th or Saturday, March 27th for the St. Louis area. Details at markpatrickseminars.com. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Home warranty. I know, right? Buying coverage for appliances, your heater and AC, etc., from a company that hopes you never ever have a claim or call. Let me introduce you to a real home warranty company, the kind that actually wants to help you. Upkeep Home Warranty and Maintenance. Upkeep visits your home 4 times a year to maintain your appliances and equipment. You will never get a lack of maintenance denial because Upkeep does the maintenance. Also nice, Upkeep assigns you one point person to help you. You won't be passed around like an office hot potato, and you won't get subcontractors. Upkeep does all their work, so there's no blame game. Just experts helping you. Visit upkeepstl.com today and type in 971 for $100 off. Don't be denied. Instead, be relieved. Upkeep Home Warranty and Maintenance. 636-387-7331.
Keep up your home with Upkeep. Keep up your home with Upkeep. Keep up your home with Upkeep, and you'll have a happy home.
Bomarito, Missouri's #1 automotive group, has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles. All makes, models, and price ranges. Plus, every vehicle up to 100,000 miles includes the most comprehensive warranty in the market. Motor Trend certified vehicles powered by Bomarito. Buy a pre-owned vehicle worry-free with peace of mind. The best backed pre-owned vehicles in America are Motor Trend certified vehicles powered by Bomarito. Now at every Bomarito location or 24/7 at Bomarito.com.
A reading from the Golden Oak Lending Book of Mortgage Lingo. What is Zipline? It's Golden Oak's fast and easy online mortgage tool that leaves you with more time to plan a family movie night.
I get to pick the movie.
And clean up the popcorn you weren't planning on sharing. At Golden Oak Lending, we speak mortgage and love translating it. Right now, rates are at a record low 1.875%. Visit goldenoaklending.com to use Zipline. NMLS 114937, 1.875% fixed, 2.913% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit. 111 Westport Plaza, St. Louis, Missouri.
Small business owners don't have the patience for nonsense, especially when it comes to their internet provider. They want the best services for the best price. Simply put, that's Spectrum Business. They give you great value, zero nonsense. Just call 833-919-2121. You'll get fast, reliable internet and phone with no contracts and no hidden fees, all for a price that could cut your bill in half. Spectrum Business. Call today, 833-919-2121.
Take a moment and rate your lifestyle on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is a life that's nothing like the life you were promised after getting good grades, a college degree, and a good job in corporate America. 10 is the life of your dreams. If you answered anything less than a 10, tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Tune in to the Del Walmsley Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. Weeknights at 7 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Whether you're an experienced sports bettor or someone who's just starting out, BetQL is here to help us become better bettors. Get access to data and insights the sportsbooks don't want you to see. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. I'm really happy that it's Friday. I feel like this week went really fast.
Same.
But I'm really happy that it's Friday. If it goes fast, it's not a bad thing, right? We do Ask Me Anything every Friday. Let's do that right now. I got some good questions.
If you have anything to ask me, just go ahead.
I want the truth.
Say it.
Thank you for your honesty.
You can't handle the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
So let's see how many of these we can get through. And if you would like to ask a question of the studio, you can, any of us individually or all of us together. Go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel. Comment your question in the live chat. Same with the Annie Fry Show Facebook page. I am going to go first. I put this out on Twitter and got a massive amount of response to it. If you had to move from the state that you live in right now, where would you go?
I would move to one of the Carolinas. I think preferably South Carolina. Great temperature, relatively warm all the time, beaches, monuments,
good politicians.
Yeah. And I think it's pretty affordable to live there. So
I read somebody said South Carolina in their response on Twitter at Annie Fry Show, if you want to follow us. And they said it has all the seasons and palm trees.
Nice.
I'm like, I like that. That's a good explanation. What about you, Ryan?
Not exactly a fun answer, but I would move to Missouri because I could still be around my family and everybody and just have the better politics of Missouri. That's probably
Reasonable.
what I might even do it. Who knows? Maybe I'll do it. We'll see.
I would love to move to the Atlantic coast of Florida, somewhere close to the coast between Jupiter, Florida and Orlando, Florida, my two happy places, and just bask in the glory of freedom. I wonder how many of those Floridians right now are excited that they're going to get to have a barbecue on the 4th of July. Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That was my point. But what I was reading all these comments. There are so many people who replied to this, and I'd love to hear where you would go. So send your comment here on the live chat, because a lot of people are like, stop, Florida's full. Because everybody wants to go Florida to Texas. People in Texas are like, well, I already live in Texas and I don't want to leave, but I guess I'd go to Florida. People in Florida are like, well, I already live in Florida. I don't want to leave. I guess I'll go to Texas. So You kind of can tell where a lot of the emphasis is. Jennifer on Facebook says Arizona. Vicky says Arizona or Florida. Todd says love Missouri. So I could see the practicality for sure of Missouri, but it really helps that I have a brother-in-law who lives in Florida. Otherwise, I would have no family there.
Absolutely.
So that would be harder. All right, Katie, what do you got?
What cafeteria food, drink, or snack reminds you of elementary school anytime you see it or you see a picture of it? Mine is the chocolate milk cartons that you had to open. And that was...
you had to fold them open.
Yes, they were so wonderful. And I remember I always brought my lunch. My mom and I always made my lunch the night before. So I rarely ever got the chocolate milk. And when I did, it was a great day.
Shake it up a little bit. Or unless you want the bottom of it to be just a little extra more chocolate.
Yeah.
I always got white milk. What about you, Ryan?
I feel like the rectangle cut pizza is sort of the obvious answer.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
That's the only place where you get that pizza, right? But have you guys ever had peanut butter squares, or was that a Collinsville thing?
I did not have those.
It's a peanut butter chew?
No, it was like a peanut butter, almost like a fudge that they would put chocolate on top of it. And they were throughout my entire school career. Every school I went to in Collinsville had them, and I've never had them since. So if I ever see them like from a kid or somehow they've made them way out of school, I'm like, oh yeah,
that's it.
That reminds me of school.
Farmer's Delight, not necessarily because I preferred it, but I haven't really experienced something quite like that since. It's like, I think it was ground beef, corn, and mashed potatoes, but the mashed potatoes were flakes. It wasn't real potatoes, so they just taste a little less. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't like your exciting day. The other thing that we had when I was growing up was, and I've done this, I probably had one of these sandwiches within the last week or so, with peanut butter and honey mixed together.
Ooh, that's
like on
so
a
good.
sandwich, instead of a peanut butter and jelly, they would just put the peanut butter and honey mixed all together, spread it on a sandwich, and that would be something that I've never had outside of elementary school. And I had some honey in the pantry from when I had a bad cold earlier, and I was like, I could put this with some peanut butter.
Yum.
So I think that's a yummy treat.
Good dish. My kids eat that all the time because apparently the Berenstein Bears liked honey bread, and so they always
Berenstein
ask
or
for it.
Berenstein?
Berenstein Bears.
I say Steen as well. What do you got?
Wait, before you go, I'm sorry, Ryan.
Okay.
Annie, I tried your hot dog mechanism, Annie, the other day. I did the rolled up hot dog
in a paper towel. Microwave.
Took it out. 30 seconds, right?
Depends on if it's frozen or yeah.
It was unfrozen. 30 seconds. Put some American cheese on it. Went back in for 10 seconds. All white bread, ketchup. It was awesome.
It's
Great
awesome.
snack.
I'm so
Great
glad you
snack.
liked it.
I tried it like 3 days after you told us about it. I'm like, you know what? I have all of the ingredients to make an Annie hot dog.
Yeah, that's how you know that you're like at the end of the paycheck.
It was great.
What do I do? That's
And
why
ramen on the side.
I've convinced myself that that's the best way to eat a hot dog. It's a sin, I understand, but I just prefer it. It's a problem with being pregnant, though. Like anything that you eat can stick around, kind of like just sticks with you. And hot dogs are not something that you want to stick with you. So I don't eat them right now, and that sounds delicious.
It was
don't wanna,
real good. That cheese,
right?
Ooh, that cheese made a big difference.
Bunny bread, microwave hot dog, melted, wrapped piece of cheese, ketchup.
Good.
Man,
don't tell
we were
us
doing
about
so well on ice cream, but the the bread with the hot dog, oh, I can't do it. It's
good. It's classic.
Have you tried it?
Oh yeah, I mean,
you've eaten that hot
we're
dog.
from the same area. I've had that before. I just don't like the bread. It sticks to the hot dog too much.
That's what makes it good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This question is for all of you, and I mean like all of America.
Okay.
If you have not,
they're all listening.
yeah, all of America. If you haven't taken your Christmas lights down yet, at what month is it just like, okay, leave them up for next year? What month is that like acceptable?
I think if you still have them up in February, you don't really have any shame about it. So why have shame in March or any of the other months?
Oh, what about Christmas trees?
Is yours still up?
Is yours still up?
Are you gonna leave it for the house showings?
No, we are taking the Christmas tree, but now it's like one of those things that David and I are like, all right.
Jim on Facebook says I've been eating hot dogs exactly like that for 40 years, and Jim, they're delish.
There we go.
Carry on.
I actually had a friend take a video of their next door neighbor with the house with the Christmas lights still on. This was like a week ago. So
Still on is a different level.
Yeah, still on. And I said, do not shame them. Let them live their life. I still have my Christmas tree up, and they were flabbergasted.
You said at the beginning of that story you had a friend. Are they still your friend?
No, they said goodbye, Katie. Oh no, they're sorry.
All right, here's my question. Are you a headboard or a footboard sleeper? And I don't know. I wonder if other people have this concern or issue when you sleep with your significant other. Are you somebody who tends to have your head like up close to the headboard, or somebody who tends to have your feet close to the end of the bed? Because if you are somebody if you're in a pair and it's different, that's a problem. And I don't really know how to fix it. Do either of you have that situation?
I sleep closer to the end of the bed. I don't like my head touching the headboard. I get really weird. I get that claustrophobia in my head that the room is closing in on me. I don't like.
Does your husband favor?
No, gosh,
One or the other?
David's sleeping through a tornado. He's going to bed. He doesn't care.
Whatever happens. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm a headboard sleeper, and my wife is too. So it works
That
out
works.
pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not, I've been trying to sleep. I find myself creeping up to the headboard, and I don't like that because then it gets you kind of out of whack or whatever. So I have been trying to sleep lower in the bed, but then I realized my husband doesn't do that, and then the blankets get all messed up. Like if he pulls the blankets up to his chin, then they're over my head.
Yep.
And if I pull them down, then he's like, pull them up.
Okay, related issue. And since we're asking me anything, when you get out of bed, and maybe this is different for, you being pregnant because you get out of bed a little differently, but when you get out of bed,
How do I get
you
out of bed
basically
differently with pregnant?
destroy, well, I would think maybe it's a little, you got to
Different.
shift around a little bit more to.
Go on, Ryan. Carry on.
No.
No.
Don't do
No.
it.
I'm just going to ask the question and leave it there. Do you like destroy the sheets where you have to fully make the bed every day, or do
No.
you leave the sheets pretty much intact?
I can pretty much get out of bed in the morning and slip out of the bed. I know it'd be hard for you to imagine. It's even almost graceful. And I get out of bed and it's almost as if the bed is made.
Mine, yeah,
Good for you.
I hate whenever the bed is like an absolute mess. I really delicately do get out of the bed, and then I just have to flop over the side that I was sleeping on. I just have to pull it over and the bed is practically made.
Well, just wait until you get pregnant and then you get out of bed like you're an Oompa Loompa. Tony Colombo's in studio with us right now. Hi, Tony.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
How do you get out of bed, brother?
Yeah, brother.
What do you
Did you hear the original question?
Slowly
Did you hear
and with a
or,
lot
like
of
being a
aches and pains.
headboard sleeper, or like the bottom of the bed sleeper? Do you and
Yeah.
Christine have
Yeah,
an
definitely
understanding?
up by the headboard because we both like to have our heads elevated. I'm not kidding. I don't know how many pillows we have in the bed.
Are they good?
It's over 10 for sure.
That's amazing.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that?
So yeah, there's a lot that goes on, but both of us,
Tell us about
like
that. That sounds even more exciting than Ryan's judgment of how I get out of bed in the morning.
Well, both of us, me
As a
even
pregnant
more
woman.
than her, like to be almost like half sitting up when
Does
I
it
go
help
to
you
sleep.
breathe?
It helps my back. If I lay flat, my back is
You do have a pretty bad
wrecked.
back.
Yes, and if I sleep on my side, my back is wrecked. If I sleep on my stomach, if I sleep too flat, I have
Is
to
this why you
sleep
don't sleep?
very specifically to not have a lot of pain. So I have to sleep kind of elevated, and she likes to sleep kind of elevated too. She's got a bad back also. And then, some pillows maybe for like armrest purposes. So yeah, there's a
10
whole
pillows.
But in order, you got to have the back wall
Mhm.
to support the pillows. Otherwise, they would fall down as you're laying on them at night. So I have to be up against the wall to hold the pillows in place so I can sit up.
Can I ask one more? Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Since we're speaking about the bedroom,
Uh-oh.
this is not going well. How many pillows do you sleep with underneath your head? I can only do one. I do one pillow.
I'll tell you,
one.
I have gotten a new pillow, and it's a Smart Silk pillow, and I think that they're coming on the show as a sponsor. But I can't believe that this pillow, when I lay my head on this pillow at night for the first time, you know the feeling of putting your head on the pillow for the first time, where the day is over and you've given up and given in, and you put your head on the pillow and it just sucks you in. If you're like Tony and you've got to go through the whole night and adjust all these pillows all night, that can really cramp your style. This pillow is like the entire night, like the first moment you put your head on this pillow. I'm super excited to talk about it, but that is new from my previous world of lots of pillows.
Lots of pillows.
Like 3 or 4.
Was that pillow made by David Hogg?
No. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay.
3 or 4 for me.
Yeah.
Depending on if it's a good quality thick pillow, then maybe I could get away with 3. If they're crappy flat pillows, which I actually prefer, like 5. So yeah.
Oh my.
Maybe we could get you a crappy flat pillow sponsor.
I like flat pillows.
Like worked in pillows?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I
like
don't
ones that you can really fold up.
Flexible.
Yeah. Yep, that's the way I do it. Guys, listen. I'm a freaking weirdo, okay? So
No.
there's a lot of complications that go on into everything that I do. So
let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do a little Annie, Are You Okay? with Tony Colombo in studio and see how we wrap this up before the 3 o'clock hour. We hand it over to the DGS. Stick around. More Annie Fry Show in a minute.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
In the middle of a dry spell, Jimmy Rogers on the Victoria up high.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Get guaranteed hours year-round and up to $25,000 signing bonus and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis can pay you cash and close in as little as 5 days. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis is your most trusted home buyer. We buy houses in any condition, any price range, and in any location in the St. Louis metro. Call 314-782-7000. Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis buys inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses, and even those my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trashed and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Call Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis today. Vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, get a cash offer in just 7 minutes. Call Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis at 314-782-7000. That's 314-782-7000. 314-782-7000.
Have you always dreamed of a lush green lawn? Get that beautiful curb appeal without the hassle by calling Professional Irrigation Systems. They'll install your new automatic lawn sprinkler system and give you a variety of options and warranties. Don't spend half your day lugging a hose around watering your lawn. Let Professional Irrigation Systems do the work for you. They offer spring activations, backflow testing, mid-season tune-ups, and winterization. Call the pros that have been in business for 20 years. Professional Irrigation Systems. Online at proirrigation.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Last year, our average client saved almost $350 a month with an easy rate reduction refinance. What would you do with an extra $300 to $400 a month? When mortgage interest rates are in the 2s, you have options. Let's see how much money we can save you. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts.
and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure is just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, headaches? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with ENT and Sleep Medicine Associates. Call 618-206-5935. 618-206-5935. That's 618-206-5935.
The Randy Tobler Show.
Saturday, we talk with Erica Commissar, parent coach, about lockdown kids given newfound liberty. How do they manage it coming out of anxiety and depression?
Saturday morning from 6 to 7 on 97.1 FM Talk.
TJ says on Twitter regarding my lunchtime, what was it, cafeteria food that we liked?
Mm-hmm.
He said that peanut butter sandwich with honey and add marshmallow cream.
Ooh.
Fluffernutter with honey. It will change your life. Is marshmallow cream something that some people have in their pantry just like peanut butter and jelly? Because I don't.
I don't either, but I know a lot of people love it.
It's one of those things that I know exists, but it might be a myth.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually had it or purchased it. The same goes with what's the Nutella? I've never bought Nutella.
Oh, Annie, you're missing out. It's so delicious. It's a great thing to put on waffles too, which I know your family loves.
You can get one of those at Sleepy Hollow in Disney World.
Yum.
Just saying. Let's do Annie. Are you okay?
And now it's time to play Is Annie Okay With This?
Getting a lot of people explaining on our YouTube chat right now about the proper pillow alignment. People seem to be kind of gearing towards Tony's numbers of pillows as opposed to just one.
Wow. That's crazy to me. That seems like your head, like you were upright sleeping.
I have to be not all the way upright, but a pretty significant degree. Otherwise,
dang.
Otherwise, we're not walking straight for a while.
Also, Todd says on Facebook, my wife eats peanut butter and butter. I'm not feeling it. Ooh.
Never heard of that.
Don't see how it could possibly be bad.
Those are two good things.
Never heard of it either, but I don't see how it could possibly be bad.
You're not disgusted.
What are you putting butter on that's making it worse?
That's
true.
Know.
Nothing. The answer is nothing.
But you don't like
bacon.
just like butter. Like
butter. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't eat a
Paula Deen.
spoonful of just butter.
I would put a spoonful of butter in just about any meal.
Yeah. Katie's judging so hard right now.
I'm just saying, I don't think Tony would eat a spoonful of butter.
Do you guys have a here? I want to ask a question before we do anything. Okay,
you can do whatever you want.
What was the last segment called? What do you guys call that? Ask me anything. Do you guys have a judgment towards spray butter over regular butter? because
Real
butter. I get shamed
I thought you were gonna
in
say
my
that
home.
word.
Like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Like this, the spray, like the spray butter.
But is it real butter or is it?
I don't know that any of the spray butters are real butter.
Well, that's kind of what I'm assuming.
But yeah, there's a couple different brand names. I can't believe it's not butter is one of them, but there's a couple different. But I just
would
like
use that on corn, like corn on the cob.
When you're making grilled cheese, it makes the perfect spread on the bread.
Seems easy.
We don't even buy margarine in our house anymore. It's real sticks of butter.
Yeah, or toast. It does the perfect spread.
You don't need a knife. You can
I get a lot of.
Do you think if you made a grilled cheese with real butter and a grilled cheese with spray butter and said taste them,
that
anybody would be able to tell the difference?
They say they can. Oh, no, don't that fake butter on my. Don't put that crap on my.
Challenge them to it.
Don't make my grilled cheese with that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then I
A
do
butter
it,
duel.
and then I do it, and they're like, "See, it's so much better without it," and it had it on there. And
You make two with spray butter, and they just deal with it.
I bet Baby James doesn't argue about that.
no, he doesn't. He likes all the food. That's literally what he says too. I like
I'm a
all
real
the food.
butter
I like
person.
all the food. There's a couple in Ukraine who were constantly fighting, and they kept breaking up and getting back together. So they came up with a plan to try to fix things. On Valentine's Day, they handcuffed themselves together, and they said, "We're staying handcuffed together for 3 months."
Ooh.
So far, they say, quote, "Fights between us did not disappear. We still fight. But when we approach a dead end, we simply stop talking instead of packing up our things and walking away." I don't know if that's better. You guys decide. I don't know that does that mean that's helping them? I don't know. Anyway, one more thing that everybody's thinking. When one of them goes to the bathroom, the other one just sticks their arm in the bathroom and stands outside the door while the other one
Small bathroom.
goes to the bathroom. That's how it works.
How
Are
do
you
get to
okay with addressing your relationship issues with handcuffs?
It definitely
That got a little bit. That got a little weirder than I meant it to get.
Well,
a lot of bedroom talk today.
Got a little weirder than I.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
No.
You know what?
Yep.
I thought that this story was going to end with a murder.
Okay.
Someone's going to. And
I
guess
wish
what?
it did.
Just dragging around a dead body with you?
I just thought it was going to end with and
this
one
story.
someone was going to kill
Spoiler
the other.
alert, none of my stories today ended in murder.
Is the 3 months of this over?
No, it started on Valentine's Day.
It started on
So they're
Valentine's
like
Day.
a month in, not even a month in.
Oh, so they have time.
So there's still time.
Still time for murder.
There's still time to end in murder.
I honestly thought it was going to start off with like
Look,
Never-
right now the bathroom thing is fine. The first time one of them has a real issue, like a
Too
food poisoning
close.
situation,
Probably cost.
and they're like, now I got to just stand there with my hand dangling into the
hours too.
Yeah.
Hours in that bathroom.
No, the first time that the walls start getting painted, somebody's got to get
I will vomit.
just got to get a saw.
I will
out.
vomit right now.
I'll cut my hand off to get out of that
Vomit.
situation. The new hot pickup spot right now. Where is it? Anybody want to take a guess? Where's the
Hard
new
to imagine at this
hot
point in time.
pickup spot?
Zoom meetings.
The vaccine line.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Single
Well, you
people
know
of
that
all
they're
ages. Single people of all ages are using it as a chance to meet people and hunt for dates. One woman tweeted this about the story, saying, quote, on the tweet, "Both my 70-something mom and a relative got asked out in the vaccine line. I'm telling you, people are ready. This summer is going to be wild."
It's gonna end up in handcuffs and
Are
murder,
you
though.
okay? People looking for love in the vaccine
All the
line.
right places. I would say.
With or without the handcuff.
I mean, if it's, I understand it happening in the vaccine line, but I don't understand like going there for that purpose, like
right,
setting that up. That
Yeah,
seems
it just
a wee bit
happening.
weird.
It just happens. But
'Cause
like,
collectively speaking, when you go to a bar, like in the old days when people would go to a bar and hang out, and there's a group of girls, and there's, I don't know that guys really travel in groups. They kind of like divide and conquer or something like that. But like you go there with kind of the understanding that you might get asked out and you can say no and no should end that conversation or whatever. But like if you're in the grocery store, that's not really an understood thing. If you're in the vaccine line, that's not really an understood thing. So if it was like it just happened to be in line next to each other, I could kind of understand that. Otherwise, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, get
That seems
away
weird.
from me with your COVID breath. Like, why you're here too?
Anybody saying go?
Ready to party?
Who wants to go out the first time in a year and a half? What?
That shot 1 or 2 for you guys.
The sad news is that you have to wait till Independence Day for your date. But carry on.
Yeah.
What's up,
And you have
girl?
to wear a
Dang.
I just was.
No, you needed a vaccine.
You got that Pfizer or Moderna?
There's the
With
jokes
Johnson,
get
man, myself.
the jokes get so much dirtier if you think about it. I don't even know which one to do here. There's a new line of Chipotle makeup that you can use if you want to make your face look like a burrito. That's real, by the way.
I didn't see that. James Charles did a makeup review of the Chipotle makeup.
So there's that one, but I don't have time to read the whole story. So let's end with this one. The pandemic may be responsible for naming the current generation of kids the term Gen C. Of course, the C standing for COVID is getting used more and more to describe the current generation of young people, since it looks like COVID could be what defines them. Annie, are you okay with your kids being a part of Generation C?
I was gonna say, why would I care? But I guess they'd be my kids.
COVID.
It's gonna define a lot of. I mean, it is a very defining thing. I just hope it doesn't. I hope that when we get out of this and past this, it's a memory and not something that lingers. So that
lip gloss that's the color of salsa, a face sponge that looks like an avocado, and a makeup bag that looks like a bag of Chipotle's chips.
Chipotle's chips.
If you want your face to look like a burrito,
put that
They've got
salsa
you-
lipstick on right
the
before you go
makeup.
to the vaccine line.
Yeah.
Pick up a hottie with
They've
a
got you
body
covered.
and a vaccine. All right. It's Friday. Thank
What's
God.
up, girl?
DGS
You
up
here to
next.
get that vaccine?
So beat the drum with me.